Boys in the back. Boys.
What is good? We are back with another episode of The Boys in the Back, coming to you live from beautiful New York City on this Thursday, June 25th, 2026. I am one-third of the Boys in the Back, Connor Burks. Join alongside me, as always, there he is, the man, the myth, the Jackman. You see it, you know it. You can't live with them. You can't live without them. Frankie in the back. Frankie, how we doing, brother?
Doing great.
I'd say
Peruvian food for lunch.
Was that
Amazing.
Peruvian?
It's Peruvian.
That steak was good, I gotta say.
I actually didn't have it. I gave up my lunch. I sacrificed my dish for our boy Gabe Nava in the back from
Gabe.
LA. Shout out to Gabe. What's up, brother? Yeah.
Oh, we got an
Arsenal
on-air
jacket on. Look at that. Josh with the Cork Australia hat too. I mean, it's party time here at Uncrowned
I feel like
Studios.
we're starting to fill up the gallery back there. Like this is the show where we just let the people swing in.
I mean,
This is so great.
look at this. The one shot on Gabe. This is unbelievable.
What's up, guys? Happy to be here.
Gabe, what are you doing in New York, man? You taking some flicks for the World Cup for Nike?
Yeah, something like that. Been at a few games here. Hopefully a few more during the knockout stage, so we'll see.
This is Gabe's first time on air, but Gabe was with us out in Los Angeles. He was chilling with us at the studio out in Hollywood, snapping flicks the entire time. Got some great pictures. Anything you saw on my Instagram, on Ariel's Instagram, was taken by Gabe. Took the Polaroids. He absolutely smashed it. And is smashing it for the World Cup. You went to that Mexico opener, yeah?
Yeah, that was actually like just insane. The only way to describe it is just emotional. If you've been to that stadium, you know what I'm talking about.
You're fucking killing it, brother. We appreciate you stopping by. We got a big show planned for you today.
Works with Bam too. Bam Rodriguez,
don't
legend.
forget. You were in the ring for that win, right?
Yeah, it was. Shout out Bam. Shout out 210. All those people. Super sick crew over there.
Shout out to Bam Rodriguez, brother.
He's not bad for a Cali guy. I'll give
I
him
love
that.
all the California people.
Nah,
Hey, what's up, boys?
Cali's a different vibe. It's just not my
fuck with
thing.
Cali, man. I miss Cali.
I fuck with Gabe.
Oh, yeah, my brother lives out in Cali. Shout out.
Yeah.
A lot of people out in Cali. Big show planned. Pound for pound rankings. Worst fighter tattoos. We'll talk about the inspiration for that later on. PFL San Diego preview. The rookies in the rear will take over for that one.
Yep.
Boots Ennis taking on
Xander
Xander
Zayas.
Zayas this weekend at the Barclays Center. There's so many fights, I can't keep them in my brain. UFC Baku Preview, I already mentioned all that. I mean, we just it's a huge show. News, notes, we'll get into all that. Before we do, though, let me tell you that this episode is sponsored by Kalshi, the largest prediction market in the United States. Here's what makes Kalshi different. You are not playing against the house. Kalshi is peer-to-peer trading. You buy yes or no contracts on whether something will happen, and you're trading directly against other users. Think of it like buying or selling a stock. The line isn't set by some algorithm working against you. Public opinion sets the price. Kalshi is CFTC approved, federally regulated, which is why it's available all across the country, including California. That one's for you, Gabe. And Texas. Download the Kalshi app and use code BITB. Get $10 when you trade $10. That is Kalshi. Kalshi. Trade what's next. I was looking at the comments on Boys in the Pack last week, and it was people love to do our names, nicknames, something we repeat all the time, last name. And one of the comments was Connor Cowshy, like Cowshi. I started saying it to myself, and I was like,
I guess
Cowshi. If I say it, it is like kind of like you
How you
can't
say it?
tell the difference between it. Yeah, so
That's the new Strickton.
Strickton Kalshi, Kalshi. They actually added the spelling because I kept saying
Cowshy.
Cowshy. Team USA in action today. Don't forget it. Trying to go clear just like Mexico did last night. Get all 9 points. What's the lines looking like? What's the market at for that one? 55% USA. Should be 100. But I get it though. Oh, yeah, I like that. USA versus Turkey. Not that Turkey, the country. Shout out to our boy Sarp, who I'm sure will be cheering on his Turkish brothers in that contest. But unfortunately, they're just going to have to lose because they're playing the mighty Stars and Stripes. UFC Baku this weekend, what's that looking like? Main event still 50-50?
50-50.
In an absolute banger. I am very much looking forward to that
What's
fight.
interesting on that graph is it's like Fiziev is the favorite, it goes back to even. Fiziev becomes the favorite again. It goes back to even. Fiziev pops up as the favorite. It goes back to even. But the most recent time, people started steaming on Torres.
It's going to be interesting.
And now it's back to even.
It's going to be interesting. In the Azerbaijani's home country, Rafael Fiziev going to be showing out in that main event. We'll talk about that one deeper a little bit later on the show. Let's get into some news and notes from the world of combat sports. And we've got some fights. Clarissa Shields is back. Your GWOAT.
The GWOAT.
Not mine, your GWOAT.
Boxing GWOAT.
She will be taking on Kay Scott down in my hometown, State Farm Arena, Atlanta. She's at middleweight this time. She'll be taking on Kay Scott, the WBC and WBA middleweight champion. Kay Scott, 5-1-1 as a pro, 42 years old. Went pro at 40. You're shaking your head.
Because I know that the narrative is going to be like Clarissa doesn't fight anybody, but she fights who's available. She is trying to find fights. She's going down to middleweight to fight a unified champion and try and collect more belts.
Yep.
There are very limited challenges for Clarissa Shields. I expect her to win this fight. I don't think it's like a cupcake fight. She will win this fight though. But man, I just want to see her in some big time fight. Somebody coming up.
That's what I want too. I want one where I don't know what the outcome is going into it.
Well, Clarissa's always going to body everybody up because she's the best female boxer on the planet right now. But
Kay Scott was fighting in 4-rounders 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Kay Scott went 47-26 as an amateur. I'm not the only one saying it because Chris Cyborg took to Twitter to point out that Clarissa Shields might not be fighting the level of competition. Actually, we got an announcement of Chris Cyborg being back in MMA. She says, this is why I'm returning to MMA instead of boxing. So Clarissa Shields could box a 42-year-old with a 5-1 record while calling me old and washed up. And then she provides a link to thegwoatclarissa.com. This is Cyborg's thing. Remember, she did it with Kayla Harrison.
Yeah,
if you click that link, it takes you to this, thegwoatclarissa.com. Ducking champion and the goofiest woman of all time. Is that what AI is meant for? To put ducks on Clarissa Shields' belt?
No, but look, Cyborg is right to be saying... Cyborg is right that a fight between her and Clarissa Shields is a bigger fight than any of the boxing fights that are currently being offered to Clarissa Shields. That's just the reality. Cyborg has a bigger name than the opponents that she's going to have. For Clarissa Shields, though, as we've kind of seen, right? Like we see Francis Ngannou come in and do well. We see Conor McGregor to an extent do well. We see Rico Verhoeven do well. It doesn't really behoove Clarissa Shields to take a risk against somebody like Cyborg as opposed to fighting somebody who is much more of a traditional boxer, has world championships in boxing. But yeah, I don't know. It's a tough position. The reality is, and the unfortunate reality is, I think Clarissa Shields is the greatest woman of all time in women's boxing, and I think Cyborg is the greatest female MMA fighter of all time, and they need competition, and each other would be a perfect one, but they don't seem to be able to make it happen. Cyborg keeps talking about this like multi-million-dollar offer that was on the table for Clarissa to do it. It doesn't seem like it's going to happen.
Cyborg is returning to MMA. She's taking on the newest PFL signee, Ketlin Vieira, in what PFL and a lot of journalists are reporting is her final fight of her MMA career.
The PFL press release and comments from John Martin that I've seen are indicating that this is her final MMA fight, but I haven't seen Cyborg say that yet, so it's going to be interesting to see if she is viewing it that way. Maybe it's one of those where she's not going to say it until it's over, or maybe it's one of those where the promotion is like, you're signed to us, but you're telling us that this is going to be your final one, and then there's the kind of, the drama of the negotiation part of it. Either way, I don't even care if it's her retirement fight. It's a great fight. Ketlin Vieira is a very high-level fighter, and like as I said, it's very difficult to find opponents for Clarissa Shields. It's very difficult to find viable opponents for Chris Cyborg because women's featherweight is not really a division that has a lot of people in it. And so this is the best opposition you're going to get. I love the fight for PFL.
Yeah, I mean, beyond Pacheco in PFL, there's really no one to match her up with.
Pacheco's gone now, and so it's like...
and she already beat Pacheco.
And she beat her. Yeah, that's it. Like, there's very few names. It's Kayla Harrison. That's basically it.
And Kayla Harrison's gone as well.
And she's a 35er at this point.
I don't mind the Ketlin Vieira fight.
It's a good fight.
Obviously fighting mostly in 135 in her time in the UFC, but she'll move up to 145, and we'll see what happens. I imagine Chris Cyborg, akin to Clarissa Shields, will be a pretty massive favorite in that fight, but it's still interesting to see her get in the cage.
I mean, against Pacheco, they kind of had Cyborg as an underdog, which shocked, me at the time.
You and me both.
I think the line will be a little closer than like if it was, the standard Bellator level opponent or, PFL opponent that Cyborg would face. But yes, I expect her to be a favorite and I expect her to win. And that is why I think she's the GOAT, right? Most people, not everybody, but most people will say it's Amanda Nunes. But the longevity of Cyborg, the fact that in 2020, was that 2024 or 2025?
2024, the Pacheco
2024?
one? Yeah.
In 2024, in 2026, she's still good enough to get it done against this level of opposition. To me, her longevity is what makes her the greatest female MMA fighter of all time. And so if this is the last one, salute to an absolute bona fide legend. Probably not going to go into the UFC Hall of Fame, but somebody who belongs in whatever MMA Hall of Fame exists. And if it's not the last one, great. I'm willing to watch more Cyborg MMA.
Eddie Hearn sat in that chair right there yesterday when asked about Sean O'Malley, 600K-ish for the White House fight. He essentially said that he needs to grow some balls and start fighting for what's his.
Yeah.
Sean O'Malley has taken to Twitter to respond to Eddie Hearn. He says, I don't browse social media, but my team is telling me everyone's talking about how I got paid 600K for my last fight. Eddie Hearn is saying I need to grow some balls, so I'm here to address it directly. 600K is crazy. I wish I made 600K in my last fight. That's why I started Doing Well, so I could make money outside of my fight purse. Go to doingwell.health or Amazon and buy it because I need to pay some bills. Obviously, Doing Well is electrolyte hydration company that he has. Feels like it's a bit of a troll towards Eddie there.
Do we buy any of this, right? Like it was I believe it was on his pod, or I saw Steiny in the video where he said the thing about making 600K. But he was kind of coy about it, or Steiny said, I don't even remember the context for that.
Steiny posed the question to him and said, oh man, last fight I saw a purse for you, who knows if these reported numbers are correct. It said you made 600K, and Sean O'Malley just goes, ish.
Something like that, yeah. Who knows? I mean, it's him saying it's crazy, or I wish I made that. I don't know if that's tongue in cheek,
that's
or
where I think the trolling is.
Yeah, maybe.
Coming in at that point.
We don't know. We don't know what these fighters make, and they're not willing to kind of discuss it for one reason or another. Granted, I don't blame. If anybody's saying I don't want to be pocket watched, I totally understand that. At the same time, if Sean O'Malley or somebody is like, this is exactly how much I made, it helps set the bar for everybody else, and then you can kind of negotiate against that. Anyway, my point is not to say Sean O'Malley should be talking about how much he gets paid. My point is to say, I don't know what these numbers are. I think Eddie Hearn's larger point about fighters needing to fight for what they're worth is a good one, but without knowing what Sean O'Malley actually makes, it's hard for me to stand here and be like, Eddie Hearn's correct in pointing particularly to Sean O'Malley and others and being like, you need to fight what you're worth, when Sean O'Malley could be making double or triple that. I have no idea.
Yeah, of course. It's going to be very interesting to see. We saw Ian Machado Gary sign with Matchroom Talent Agency yesterday, announced here on the program. If he continues to get big names like Tom Aspinall's Ian Gary, and then going hard at they need to get paid what they're worth, Tom Aspinall is not going to accept the fight for this much, blah, blah, blah. It'll be interesting to see the fighter pay landscape and if it has any effect on it.
100%. What's interesting is I imagine that you will not see Eddie Hearn speaking on behalf of Ian Machado Gary as it relates to money. In the way that he speaks on behalf of Tom Aspinall.
Because of Lloyd?
Well, because he has, Ian has representation that deals with the UFC and negotiates those contracts. As he talked about yesterday on the show, Lloyd is his agent. Nothing's changing in that regard. Ian, that is, who spoke about it yesterday on the show, because he stopped in right after Eddie was on and said his agent is still Lloyd Pearson. He does a great job. He's with VaynerMedia. No issues on that end. I imagine that could cause some strife for them in that kind of system if Eddie Hearn is going out there on that front. Whereas when you look at Tom's team for the longest time has been Tom and his dad. And now obviously he has Charlie, who helps him on the video front, right? And helps him, shout out to Charlie Moose, legend, who helps him create content and things like that. But as far as who's talking to the principals at the UFC, it's been Andy Aspinall. It's been Tom and Andy. And now they're adding Eddie to that mix to advise and talk about these things. His role in that is going to be different. This is my assumption. His role in that is going to be different than it is with Ian. And so it'll be interesting to see if that kind of changes or turns the tide, or how he handles the Ian relationship versus the Tom relationship.
We seem to have an update on the former lightweight champion Ilia Topuria, who fell to Justin Gaethje at the White House card, was beat up very badly. Obviously, had to go to the hospital. Luckily, no fractures or anything like that, but the timeline unknown. According to Jorge Ebro, Ilia's physical trainer, Jesus Gallo, says that we could see Ilia back as early as December. He says the swelling in his face has gone down, talking at least 2 to 3 months easily. If you saw us in a rematch or in a fight, it would be toward the end of the year. December, who knows? But it feels like Ilia Topuria is going in the right direction in terms of recovery, and the fact that we're getting a timeline of potentially December when he got beat to a pulp in June is promising for Ilia Topuria.
I said it as soon as it happened. Ilia does not strike me as the guy who's going to rest on this. Ilia does not strike me as the guy who's going to wait a year to be like, okay, I'm finally ready to right this wrong. He strikes me much more as the guy who's like, let me get back in there immediately and make somebody pay for what happened to me.
Okay, I'm not fully in the camp of what you said. Best case scenario bullshit, but like, I'm falling more in love with the storyline of Ilia Topuria being this unbeatable dude who just like no one ever gave him any issues. Like I know the Jai Herbert, he gets dropped, but then he blasts him. He's in a very close fight with Max Holloway, blasts him, everything like that. He's undefeated. He always drops the rose down. He has this aura. He does the celebrations before the fight, all of that. And then to be humbled in essentially the biggest fight of his life against Justin Gaethje on the White House lawn with how many viewers were involved and everything like that, trying to defend his 155 belt for the first time. I don't want to say he put on a great performance and like it was a close fight and he showed incredible heart and toughness, but like those images will last forever of him like not being able to open his eyes or anything like that, and just like essentially like the lessons that he learned, being humbled in that way, receiving his first loss in that way after everything he went through over the last year with stuff outside of the cage with his ex-wife and everything like that. I'm starting to be more and more in love with the idea of like the redemption arc now for Ilia Topuria and how he comes back.
And that's why I got to that point that I did, which is, and I keep pointing to Conor, but I saw it. I've seen this exact story, which is the guy who comes in as hot as you could possibly come in. You cannot do careers better than the early UFC careers of Conor McGregor and Ilia Topuria. You just cannot. That is the blueprint. That is what you hope for. And their first stumble inside the octagon for Conor, the Nate Diaz fight, for Ilia, this fight against Justin Gaethje, was one that I think took them to another level, that allowed them to focus in on the fight game again and remove themselves from the expectation. Now that Ilia Topuria, now Conor McGregor is a little bit different because he had losses before coming to the UFC, but once in the UFC he seemed unstoppable. Ilia Topuria has never lost in his MMA career, and so he has a real opportunity here to block out the noise. Right? Everybody now who was like he's the greatest thing ever is now like, oh boo, that guy stinks. He can't fight anymore. Look at these pictures of him beat up. He can now block out all that noise, not worry about any of that stuff, and just get back in the cage and make the next opponent feel the thing that he felt. I have no doubt in my mind that he's going to come back an absolute demon. And the other part of it is that felt like a winnable fight. If that was a fight where Ilia Topuria just got in there and got his doors blown off, I think it'd be a little bit harder to find that immediate motivation. But when you're Ilia Topuria and you watch back the tape on that second round and you know that you had him absolutely cooked to the point that he's grimacing by the time he hit the mat from that body shot, I think that gives some real confidence. That inspires some real confidence in Ilia Topuria to go, these are the adjustments I need to make. Me and my brother are going to hop in the lab, and I'm going to come back and make somebody pay.
To the point where Justin Gaethje even admitted that he was in that point. Yeah, I mean, it's just like I'm going on his Instagram right now, and like the star power continues to grow. Like he was at like 17 million that week. He's already over at 19 million. Like his post about it, I think he was humble in defeat, which was huge.
100%.
Like, his post about losing is his most liked Instagram post ever. 5.4 million likes with like 180,000 comments. He's got Carlos Alcaraz in there being like, "You're always a king. Respect to you, bro." I think people are viewing him as just like an authentic champion going through this loss. And yeah, like I just love the idea of him coming back and getting redemption. I saw one of those, like, the reason that I really started thinking about it was I saw one of those, it's like a popular meme right now where it's like, oh, congrats, you've leveled up. It's you versus you. And it's like AI versus like a past version of yourself. And it was Topuria with his face all fucked up, like walking out of the cage. And then his next opponent was him when he had 2 belts, kid in the octagon, wife in the octagon. And I was like, damn, that was a year ago.
Yeah.
That was a year ago how much this dude's life changed. Like this weekend, a year ago, he was fighting Charles Oliveira.
Yeah.
Becoming a 2-division champion. Wife and kid in tow, 2 belts on the shoulders. Like how much it can change in a year is just crazy.
But what I think is telling is, as you said, the star power hasn't disappeared, right? When you handle defeat the way he did, and Conor McGregor was always famous for that, right? Humble in victory and defeat. People will stay with you. People will stay with you. And the next one is going to be the best one. And so, yeah, man, maybe not best case scenario, although, you know, I feel like a little bit of vindication. People are starting to come around to the side. I think Ilia Topuria is going to be back sooner rather than later.
If he puts his next opponent to sleep like he has most everyone he's fought,
It'll just
he's
have
back.
been a hiccup. It'll just be like,
back.
it'll be like a little bump, and then he's just back.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see the comeback of Ilia Topuria. It's going to be interesting to see when Michael Morales will fight next. But according to Carlos Legaspi, Michael Morales is claiming that he will be the backup fighter for UFC 330. He says, I'll go as the backup for this fight between Islam and Ian Gary, or I'll fight one more time against whoever. Either way, I'm also going to go and make weight for August 15th, which is no easy task for Michael Morales. He is a giant welterweight. So committing to the bit, I would say, of being the backup if he's going to cut down to 170.
We've heard people claiming they're the backup, and then they're not the backup, and like, I don't know what to make of this.
You remember, like, it was like 2023, 2024 era where, like, being the backup fighter was like this honor that people were like, yo, I'm the backup.
Well,
I'm the backup fighter for it.
Because you got paid,
Yeah.
right? And so, as we heard with Diego Lopez, Diego was on the show this week. Diego Lopez talked about he weighed in for his 145 fight against Steve Garcia. Then he weighed in again as the backup for the main event at the White House and got paid to do that. And so if Michael Morales is getting paid, great. But we've heard like Armin was supposed to be the backup for the White House, and then Armin's doing RAF. I don't know what to make of this until the time comes. I will say, if in a worst case scenario, somebody falls out of that fight, either Islam or Ian Gary, Michael Morales versus the other one is a fucking banger that I will watch 100%. And so I don't think you're losing much if Michael Morales steps in there. Granted, I want the title fight, but Michael Morales is a very, very, very good option to save that card if either of those guys falls off.
What a fucking gig for Diego Lopez.
Yeah.
Cutting down to 145 and then being like, all right, let's just go chug some water, get a little food in us, and come back when we're 155.
Yep. Great.
Get paid twice.
God, he's just acing this UFC career thing.
He really is, man. Him and Alex Pereira, few
Yeah.
have done it better than them in terms of just like every opportunity just falling their way. It's pretty incredible. Speaking of Alex Pereira, the heavyweight division, and Diego Lopez being on the show this week, we had several luminaries on the show, including Josh Hokett, who has been one of the biggest names in heavyweight in 2026, and Eddie Hearn, who represents one of the biggest names in heavyweight, Tom Aspinall, through the Matchroom Talent Agency. Josh Hokett talked to Ariel earlier this week, and he talked about the potential of his next fight actually being a title shot.
Will you fight for the belt in 2026?
There's a great chance.
Wow, that is wild. That who would have thought, right? At the beginning of the year, surely you didn't think that. This has to be surpassing your wildest dreams.
Yeah, I think on the Contender Series, I said in 2 years I'd be champion, or fight for the title at least 2 years. But yeah, no, this is what happens when you express some courage and then you back it up.
And what vicinity? Like, can you tell us the time frame when you might come back?
It might be quicker than people would like.
Might be quicker than people like. That's a sly answer right there. So I ask you, like, the plan was always since last October, Tom Aspinall get healthy, Cyril gone, rematch, no question. Timeline's taking longer for Tom Aspinall to get back. We're going to go ahead and book this interim title between Alex Pereira and Cyril Gane. Well, Alex Pereira could upset the apple cart, beat Cyril Gahn, and then he's getting the shot against Tom Aspinall, and we never end up seeing that rematch. Cyril Gahn ends up thumping Alex Pereira, winning that interim belt. Now it's like, all right, well, it's going to be a rematch with Tom Aspinall. Josh Hokett has come out of nowhere with his trash talking and his fighting style and abilities and gets a win on the White House card against Derek Lewis. And now he is alluding to Ariel there. I might be returning sooner than you think, and it might be for that title shot.
Yeah, and it would make sense to be for the title shot in terms of Hokett, right? He's just beaten Curtis Blades and Derek Lewis. Like, there's not other heavyweights really in his way. There are other names that may be above him in the rankings, maybe Volkov or somebody like that.
Volkov, Waldo Cortez Acosta, and Sergey Pavlovich.
But are those significantly different fights than Curtis Blades or Derek Lewis in terms of like the heavyweight rankings? To me, you can get a title shot off those two wins the same as you could have gotten it off beating Volkov or Waldo or any of those guys. To me, Josh Hokett's next fight will probably be for the title. Now, what's interesting is it going to be before Tom Aspinall or after? Well, I'm kind of thinking is Cyril is the champion at the moment. Now, Tom is the champion, not undisputed. I was about to say undisputed. The official champion, the actual champion, heavyweight champion of the UFC. The thing is, Cyril's the one who's active right now, so it's more like Tom is coming back to face him. But yes, Tom is the champion. It will be interesting to see if Hokett's able to slide in there. And the thing that's making me question or hesitant or whatever is that we saw in the video of Tom watching the fight, what did he say? He said, I'm ready to go, book it in Paris. Yesterday on the show, Ariel had Eddie Hearn. Let's just play the video. Let's play
Eddie Hearn talking about Tom Aspinall being ready.
To the best of your knowledge, he's medically cleared. He can fight.
He's ready. He's ready
to
to resume training and ready to fight.
He told me he would go to Paris and fight him in
He
September.
doesn't care.
Wow.
Honestly, this is a dangerous fight, and some people still refuse to acknowledge that he had 4 eye operations and was told quite clearly he could have lost his vision, right, his sight. And you got to go back in there, do the same kind of thing. Could happen again, right? And this time it could be worse, or it could be a back of the head blow, or it could be all these other fouls that you see in it. But it's going to be that kind of fight. It's not going to be easy. So if you're going to put yourself through that, if you're going to risk not just your legacy but your health and beyond, I don't want to get too negative about things. You've got to be respected, and as much as we want to, or they want to sort of ignore it or separate the two. I saw the Sean O'Malley stuff yesterday. You've literally got guys that are making more for an 8-round fight against a guy that I would beat than Sean O'Malley fighting at the White House.
So Eddie Hearn saying he's ready to go, but the pay is going to have to be correct.
That's it. Yeah. And so the point that he's making about I have to be respected, or Tom has to be respected, right? And Sean O'Malley's making less than people that Eddie Hearn would beat up in a boxing ring. There is not. Look, when Ian Machado Gary, right? Whenever we heard Ian Machado Gary talking about Islam Makhachev and that opportunity and fighting for the title, it has never been, I'm ready anytime, anywhere, let's do it, but you got to pay me. It's always just been, give me the date, send me a contract, I will sign it, I will be there, right? There's no caveat, there's no asterisk, there's no other part of the conversation. And so when it comes to Tom and his current standing with the UFC and Eddie Hearn speaking on his behalf as far as that goes, it's we're ready, let's fight, but we need to be paid accordingly. And so as that continues to happen, by no fault of Eddie, by no fault of Tom, I believe they should get every penny of their worth. They should get every ounce of their worth. They should be paid the maximum amount of money that they can squeeze out of the promotion, because that is the fight business. That is prize fighting. That is what they should be doing. But it gives me pause when somebody like Josh Hokett enters the fray and is able to be like, that's more, you're going to pay him that, or that's what he's asking for? I'll do it for half that. And all of a sudden, you've got a fight between a guy that's up and coming and on the rise and willing to step in. Like Josh Hokett fought with a busted, I don't know if he said broken, but like a pretty busted up right hand that he revealed to Ariel against Derek Lewis on short notice. He does not care. right? Josh Hokett is the tell me where and I will be there guy at the moment. And that's because he's just gotten here, right? Tom's a little older in the game and is the UFC reigning heavyweight champion and deserves to be respected. And so matters are complicated, right? That's where I ultimately land. I don't blame Eddie, Tom, anybody on that side for saying we want our worth, but we're ready to fight. And I don't blame the UFC for going, man, there's another guy right here that'll do it for less. Maybe we just go that direction. It's the unfortunate and nasty part of the fight game. Because two years ago, a year and a half ago, when John Jones was dragging his feet and keeping Tom Aspinall on the sidelines, there was nobody else. There was no other player. There was no other person who was popping up to kind of enter the conversation. Tom was that guy, and Tom had the leverage. Now Tom's leverage is getting reduced a bit by Josh Hokett entering this conversation.
Well, it causes concern for me because of what you just said, John Jones. Why couldn't they get it done with him? It essentially just came down to money.
Wow, great point.
Needed money for that one. Conor McGregor, why did it take so long for him to get in there? They had to come to an agreement that they were uncomfortable with and Conor was a little bit uncomfortable with. But at the end of the day, we were like, okay, we'll just go ahead and do this.
Yeah.
Ilya Taporia. Both him and Islam essentially blamed their fight not happening because they couldn't come to agreements in terms of money. They wanted more money and everything like that. So we have seen Dana White, Ronda Rousey's like, yo, I want to do this fight in the UFC. He's just like, go out and make as much money as you can because we're not paying for that shit. So time and time again, over the last several years, we have seen that the UFC is willing to miss out on fights to avoid having to have a massive payday. And I don't think that Cyril Gane versus Tom Aspinall is something that they're afraid to miss out on. Even though it's a rematch, we need to see the rematch. We need to see a conclusion to this story. I know a lot of people like to be like, oh, Cyril was jabbing his face off. He was going to finish him anyway.
Yeah, that's a little
We need to find out.
Yeah.
We need to find out what was going to happen there. But with the way the UFC has been operating and the way that Eddie Hearn is talking, and, you know, I don't think it helps that there is this bitter rivalry being developed between Eddie Hearn and Dana White. It causes me concerns. And then you combo all of that together with the fact that Josh Hokett is getting on here and being like, yeah, man, I might be back sooner than you guys think. And I'm not going to say anything that's going to get me in trouble on the risk of losing a title shot.
I don't want to paint this as a dire situation because I actually don't think it's a dire situation. It feels like a negotiation, right? And it's playing out in public, right? Because Eddie Hearn is a public figure, is very good at engendering fan engagement and conversation, right? Yeah. We have Sean O'Malley responding to things that Eddie Hearn is saying about his contract, which if that was just some random person, probably wouldn't be happening. And Sean O'Malley is taking now smartly turning it into a marketing opportunity. But this is playing out in public. But this is not anything abnormal for a negotiation. What is ultimately happening is the UFC is probably drawing a line that says, we won't cross this line. And Tom Aspinall's drawing and Eddie Hearn are drawing a line that's a little further away that says this is our line and we're not going to cross this line. The art of the negotiation is getting as close to the middle point of those two lines as you can. As you said in the Conor McGregor example, and he said that to Ariel here, I wasn't thrilled and they weren't thrilled, but we could both live with it, right? That's the negotiation. Nobody has to come away being like, I really took advantage of them. And so if Tom and Eddie can reach that point with the UFC, I'm confident that Tom is ready and Tom is raring to go and will be back. If that line doesn't move, though, if Tom Aspinall's line doesn't move and the UFC's line doesn't move, Josh Hokett will slide in there. There's no doubt in my mind. Josh Hokett will be available and will be somebody that can take that opportunity. And so now this is the negotiation. This is the game of chicken that is playing out. And it will be interesting to see if Tom Aspinall, because if Tom Aspinall makes that sacrifice this time, right? If Tom Aspinall goes, I'm willing to take less. I'm going to fight not Josh Hokett. I'm going to fight Cyril Gane, and then we'll see what happens from there. The UFC knows that you gave up once, right? One time you let us win this one. Now the next time you go to negotiate, they know that you're willing to give up. So do you give up again that time? Sorry, let me use different terminology because people have accused Tom of like giving up, the fucking idiots out there. But you have relented in your negotiating this time. The next time they may say, you're going to relent again, and they're going to try and do that same tactic. And so there's a point where you draw that line in the sand and you don't move it. And maybe that's where Eddie Hearn and Tom are at. I don't know the answer. But what I do know is this being a part of the negotiations, no matter what, leads to delays. It might not lead to the fight never happening, but it leads to delays because you guys are both playing that game of chicken and one of you is going to be willing to wait longer than the other. You're not in an urgent situation. And the situation has been made much, 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 much less urgent by Josh Hokett, because you can just do that. The same way John Jones versus Alex Pereira did not happen because they could make Alex Pereira versus Cyril Gane much easier, and they did.
The speed with which this sport moves is mind-boggling.
Crazy.
I don't think I'll ever fully be able to just like accept it and wrap my head around it, because every time that it happens where I'm like, just think about a year ago. Like John Jones had just vacated the belt. It was like, Tom Aspinall, the coronation has happened. When is he going to get that first fight? Yada, yada, yada. Everything happens in late October against Cyril Gane. Josh Hokett's entire UFC career has happened since the last time Tom Aspinall stepped into the octagon. He has had 4 fights. He is 4-0. He has earned 4 bonuses, and he is now a top 5 heavyweight in the UFC, and arguably the most talked about UFC fighter. I think inarguably the most talked about heavyweight on the roster.
Yeah. And as he talked about in the interview with Ariel, people are saying his name. Josh Hokett is the name that everybody else is talking about. Jamal Hill is talking about coming up to heavyweight. Josh Hokett's one of the names. Alex Pereira is talking about fights. It's Josh Hokett. He's played this game right. Again, you can think whatever you want of his stances. You can call him despicable, all those things. I don't have any problem with people who have their personal stance on Josh Hokett. As far as the objective truth of how he's been manipulating this game to his will and figuring out how to bring himself to the top of the fight game, he has absolutely aced it. He has done everything right. And so he is here now and presents a real obstacle or an opportunity. It's going to be interesting to see. What I hate, though, is that it might be at the expense of Tom Aspinall and Cyril Gane, because I would the scenario I want, and you tell me if you agree.
I was just about to ask, what's the dream scenario for the heavyweight layout?
It's Tom Aspinall and Cyril Gane fight in September, October, whenever, and then Josh Hokett's next, early sometime next year, fight against the winner.
Oh, I'd actually take it a step further. I want Tom Aspinall versus Cyril Gane.
Yes.
Josh Hokett, Alex Pereira.
Oh, sure. I love that fight.
We'll get on the Madison Square Garden card, main and co-main.
All in, 100%. When's the last time there were 2 really interesting UFC heavyweight fights? I can't remember the last time. There's not been a time in recent history where it's like, holy shit.
Let's take it a step further. Gable Steveson makes his debut in a couple weeks on UFC 329, gets a big win. All right, you know what? We're fast-tracking him. Top 10 matchup in the 3rd fight down.
Or he's like the opener.
We're just, opening up the main card. We're just going triple heavyweight on the main card.
How exciting would that be for fans to be looking at that card and be like, okay, we finally know what's happening in the heavyweight division. And not for nothing, if you're going to pay Tom Aspinall a significant amount of money, you're going to make good money on a card at MSG. You're going to make a massive gate, right? That's already some money back in your pocket if you're the UFC. And just the idea of that November stacked kind of fight card, if you put Alex Pereira on the card, you're definitely going to get some additional eyeballs. You're going to have some additional attention around it. You might have some additional sponsorships and things like that. It feels like you can make the Tom Aspinall salary worth it. You can find a way if you put that card together. And so that would be great. I hope that happens. And then Josh Hokett or Alex Pereira could be awaiting the winner. I think if Alex Pereira can beat Josh Hokett, I think there's enough of a controversy around the Cyril stoppage that you could say, okay, he's going to fight him again. Alex Pereira versus Tom is a fight they've already kind of been hinted at. That's a great fight. And Josh Hokett versus either of them is a great fight. So, yeah, there's no bad option there. Heavyweight finally has some excitement. And if it ends up just being Tom Aspinall's iced out because the UFC doesn't want to pay him, that would be a fucking shame, man. It would really be a fucking shame.
Tom Aspinall gets iced out because they won't pay him. Josh Hokett loses to Cyril Gane, moves down to 205.
Yeah, but that has its own. Now, maybe it's the Cyril Gane era. Maybe it's the reign that we never thought we were going to get.
Line them up, baby. Cyril Gane, Volkov 3.
Another jerk job decision like in the second one.
We will see what happens with that. A very interesting last half of the year. We're 6 months into the year. Come next week, the last 6 months of the year are going to be very interesting to see how it all plays out. But let's focus on this weekend. The promotion returns to Baku, Azerbaijan.
Yes.
We really fucked up now that I think about it.
What?
Now that we're sitting right here.
Oh, boys in the Baku.
We have all the assets and element made, and we completely forgot about the boys in the Baku.
We did.
How did we know?
Over? Frank said this isn't
Re-rack
rehearsal. He said
Re-rack
this
it,
isn't even
bro.
live.
Shut it all down, man. How did we mess that up so bad? The boys in the Baku.
All right. Thanks, guys. We'll be back in a
All
minute.
right, thanks
with
for
the new
everything.
show.
Watch the crack tomorrow. We'll be back live in 5 minutes. Man, we fucked that one up. Yep. Thanks for joining us. Peace, everybody. The boys in the back will be right back. The boys in the Baku will be here. Man, we blew that one.
There was in our defense, there was a lot more energy around the first one, right? There was a lot more excitement around that.
First time going.
I
feel like we
new
gotta.
territory. I feel like we gotta. We thought we were gonna go. You stop in Turkey. The whole deal. We were making all these plans.
Yep.
This one's a little
An objectively better card. An objectively better card last year, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Either way, Rafael Fiziev once
Yeah.
again finds himself on this card, this time in the main event after co-main eventing last year, takes on Manuel Torres. At one point, Rafael Fiziev in his UFC career was on a 6-fight winning streak, number 6 in the lightweight division,
Damn.
taking on Justin Gaethje on the main card of UFC 286.
in a fight that I thought he was probably gonna win.
Yeah, in a very close fight as
Yeah.
well. Like at the
Yep.
end of the day, it was a very close fight. Justin Gaethje, I believe, got that takedown in the third round. It was like one of his first recorded takedowns in the UFC. Since then, 1-4 in his last 5. One win since 2022. That sole win coming in his home country of Azerbaijan last year against Ignacio Bahamondes. And if you're looking, I was gonna say, if you're looking at the new meta rankings, I was going to bring it up during the Alex Pereira, 'cause
Yeah.
they have him at 4, but if you're looking at the new meta rankings, which I think we'll find out this weekend, whether they're going to use, are we going meta or are we going
On
media?
the broadcast, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah. He is unranked at lightweight now in the meta rankings.
Oh yeah, I guess I'm
Still at 11 in the media, but they do have Manuel Torres ranked in the meta rankings. So is Manuel Torres red corner? Is Rafael Fiziev? It's going to be interesting
Interesting. I
to
didn't
see how
think
they
about
play this rankings card. Either way, yeah, 1-5 in his last 6, and now he gets served Manuel Torres, who is an absolute killer, has been to one decision in his entire career. Every other fight, round 1 finish.
Yeah.
Win, lose, or draw? Well, no draws in there. Round 1 finish.
He's a terror. He's an absolute nightmare. Yeah, I don't know. This is a very hard one for me to call because on paper, I look at the recent run that Fiziev's been on. I look at Manuel Torres and I see the physicality. I see the finishing ability. I see the times in recent history where Fiziev has just been clipped and rocked and hurt, right? Many of these recent fights, he's just taken too much damage. The Gaethje fight is one of the most glaring examples. He's just taken too much damage and he tends to get hit. But then I'm like, man, this is the type of fight, if Fiziev is still Fiziev, where he's crafty, he's durable, he's tough, he finds a way to strike with really high level striking opposition. And maybe he can find a way to pull it out because Manuel Torres is great, but a little less proven, right? Fiziev has been fighting the cream of the crop guys for a very long time. I think I side with Torres. I think when I close my eyes, the thing I picture is Torres blitzing him and it just being too much. Like he is so hard to deal with when he does that. But Fiziev, there's something here that I just can't shake the feeling that Fiziev is going to find a way to tough it out and then turn it on. But I lean toward Torres and I go that direction.
I want to agree with you, but man, there's something in my head being don't doubt the guy who's got a dozen fights in the UFC. And I know sometimes we say this and it's to our fault of being yeah, but look who he's losing to. He's still losing the fights. But man, he is losing to Justin Gaethje twice, who's now the champion. Mateus Gamrot, who has been a perennial top 10 guy. Mauricio Huffy, now a top 10 guy as well. And then he beats Ignacio Bahamondes, who's the one loss for Manuel Torres in the UFC. And I know MMA math never works.
Never.
But there's just something in me that feels the craftiness will be able to thwart the rush that Manuel Torres is going to bring, because Fiziev is nasty with the kicks. He's got power of his own, and Manuel Torres is going to leave himself open. It's his whole game plan. Because he's been put out in the UFC as well. His whole game plan is just I'm going to take a couple to absolutely bomb on you.
Yeah.
It's going to be wild. I cannot wait for it. Manuel Torres just guarantees action. I know we say that a lot, but Manuel Torres is kind of the new age Terrence McKinney. 20 professional fights, 19 ended in the first round. He had the one decision back in 2018. But the dude is here for a good time, not a long time. I'm going to say very hesitantly that I'm picking Rafael Fiziev.
I think we. Oh, you're okay.
I'm going to take Rafael Fiziev.
I think we have the same read on the fight, and it's just that coin flip of like, is Torres going to get him in that first round the way he gets everybody, or is Fiziev going to show that there are levels to this game, that losses to Justin Gaethje and losses to Mateusz Gamrot are just that, right? Our losses to the top lightweight guys, and Manuel Torres isn't ready for that. I think we're in the exact same spot where this being 50-50 in the Kalshi odds, this being a coin flip, makes exact sense. This is exactly where this is. I don't feel strongly in either direction here. I feel very hesitant to pick either side. I think this is going to be about who can impose their will. Even though that's super cliche, it really is that.
We said earlier this week, the co-main event, Michel Pereira, Shara Bullet.
Yep.
This fight hasn't happened before?
Yep.
This just feels like a fight that, like, I swear I watched this
I've seen this
happen in,
4 times already.
I swear it happened in like Saudi Arabia in like 2024.
Yep.
I swear like we watched this fight before.
It was the co-main of some event.
Yeah.
1,000%.
I swear it was like the second fight on a main card of like a pretty good fight night, like in like Abu Dhabi or something. But like I guess not. I guess it hasn't happened. Michel Pereira started out at middleweight, finishing everybody, goes on that 3-fight losing streak. Then we're getting the Zach Reeses of the world and like bouncing back with like split decision wins. It hasn't been a great run as of late for Michel. I feel like against Shara Bullet, who's this patient striker, Michel's going to leave himself open and he's going to get hurt bad.
If Michel grapples with him,
that could be a way.
He can beat Shara Bullet. There's no doubt in my mind. He is a very big physical guy, and like his grappling isn't bad. And we've seen him go to it in various fights. The problem is he is one of the lowest fight IQ, weirdest decision-making fighters we've ever seen in the sport. And I don't even say that to be like disrespectful. That's an objective truth. This man just like does not pick winning strategies. And so I don't know what he's going to do. He might just stand with Shara Bullet, and on the feet, there's a big gap. Shara Bullet, look, I don't think Shara Bullet is a world beater. I don't think he's like an absolute killer. I don't think he's some guy who's going to be a future champion. But he is slick in the striking. He is very good there. And if you just let him stand there and pick you apart, he's going to do it. And I don't like Michel Pereira's chances if he does that. But if he came in just trying to double leg Shara Bullet, I do think he has the physicality to be able to kind of throw Shara Bullet around a bit. Even if it's not straight blast doubles in the middle of the cage, if he's pushing him up against the fence and clinching with him and really making Shara Bullet work, those tools, those weapons that Shara Bullet has, they get duller and duller and duller. We've seen him just like wear out in fights, tire in fights, then kind of come with like some spectacular finish on some Hail Mary, like the spinning back elbow thing that he
double
did.
Back fist.
Yeah. He's dangerous. He's a dangerous guy, but he doesn't have an aura to me. He doesn't have an aura of invincibility. There are strategies, there are game plans that I think can be very effective against him. And I think Michel Pereira has the capability to execute that. But as I said, I don't trust him to execute anything. Like he is just not capable of following a game plan to that degree. And so I expect Shara Bullet to just win. Like that, it's gotten to that point with Michel Pereira for me.
Nassim Sadikov, another Azerbaijani, taking on Mateus Camilo. He was on this card as well last year, knocked out Nicholas Mota, lost to Fares Ziam last time out, got knocked out. I'm going to back the Azerbaijani, the Black Wolf, to take out the Jaguar. We got a little dog-on-cat action here in the third fight down.
Yeah, the Ziam fight was a bit like, I had a ceiling for Nassim Sadikov that was a little bit higher. Losing to Faraziam kind of like reset a little bit for me, but I do think this is a good opportunity for him to get back on track. I think he wins here as well, yeah.
I imagine a big pop for him. I mean, they know what they're doing with how they're slating this one. Asu Albabayev from Kazakhstan, just near Azerbaijan, taking on Charles Johnson. Charles Johnson a little bit upset with the new rankings. I think they moved him from 14 to 15, if I saw in the new Meta Apex rankings.
He's upset about that?
He's not taking
dropping one spot?
Yeah, so he's not taking too kindly to it.
Okay.
Either way, a nice test against a 23-3 fighter, a chance to boost himself up into those rankings, and like a guy that doubt him at your peril. Like, sure, he lose fights, but like he also wins as an underdog a lot.
He's got wins over Lonnie Kavanaugh and Joshua Van,
which is so crazy because he also has losses to Alex Perez and Ramazan Timarov.
Charles Johnson is a game. Like at the end of the day, he's just a gamer. He's a guy who shows up and fights the toughest guys to the highest level. And I think he's somebody who, he's hard to predict. I think he can be every bit as good as Asu Almabayev, but I don't think he can be as good as Asu Almabayev every single time out, basically. I think Asu Almabayev, fight to fight, is just a higher level of fighter. He's been really impressive in the UFC. Not that Charles Johnson hasn't. I had Charles Johnson as either my pick or my honorable mention for most improved one of the most recent years, maybe last year. He's high level, but I do think Asu is just a level above on a fight-to-fight basis. Now, Charles Johnson is capable of being above that every single time out, but I don't think that he can get there every time.
2024 is when he went 4-0.
He was fucking incredible that year.
It's a roller coaster. The Charles Johnson experience is just a roller coaster ride.
You wouldn't be shocked to see him win, right? That's basically where we're at.
Yeah.
Like if he won, you wouldn't be shocked. But I expect Almabayev to win.
On air, Jordan letting me know that the UFC's official website is still using the media rankings. So they've got Fiziev 11 versus Manuel Torres.
That's not
15.
confusing at all. That's smart. That's good. I like that.
I'm really glad we had this full rollout for the meta rankings.
Yeah.
You want to be totally honest? Can we just talk about it? I'll quiet my voice so not everybody can.
Yeah.
I actually think that they're just doing this to meet a sponsorship obligation.
Yeah.
I think the partnering with Meta, we saw the new signage this week, the Meta Apex, everything like that. I think they're just using their AI to make their own rankings.
I agree with you, but Dana White has been talking shit about these rankings forever, and then he's like, we have our solution. It's here from the heavens. The gods have blessed us.
I want to break some news to you, to everyone. Yeah. I don't think Dana White gives a fuck about the rankings, and I think it's proven in the matchmaking. I think it's proven in how they run the entire operation that the rankings are essentially meaningless to them. They are just a promotional tool to be like, number 9's facing number 7, and that's how they use it. They never use it as justifications for title shots. They essentially do not matter, and I think the new meta rankings are simply just a sponsorship obligation.
I want to give a shout out to all my rankings truthers out there who have been with me on the get rid of the rankings bandwagon.
They never will. They never will. They've actually now doubled up how many rankings they had.
Two useless pieces of shit.
You didn't like the one useless rankings? How about 2? And the second one are going to be flawed as shit because they're made by AI.
What's the third one? They're going to come out with
Just
a
kidding.
third ranking.
I love AI. If AI is listening right now, don't use this against me in the future wars. Just we love AI.
Some chatbot is like doxing you right now.
Oh, for sure. All my credit card information just got stolen. No doubt about it.
I can't wait for the third rankings, the third version of the rankings.
The third rankings are just them leaving treats out for a dog, and it just chooses between.
You mean like a corgi throwing?
Exactly. Yeah, it's like the basketball we just leave, or maybe it's like a tortoise or something like that. That'll be the third set of rankings.
Wow, it's like wow, Gable Stevenson already the champ, just because the turtle pushed the pellet.
What's up, guys? Jamal Hill, your new heavyweight champion, because the tortoise ate the treat. Can't wait for that one. Sponsored by Meta Apex. Shout out to the Top Turtle podcast too. They still get their vote on the media rankings panel. Let's move along on this card. Bruno Ferreira taking on Ikram Aliskerov. This is a banger. This is my main event. This is the people's main event.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Are you kidding me? 17 of Bruno's 18 fights haven't gone to a decision. Ikram is 15 of 19. Both dudes have knockout power. Both dudes put it all on the line, especially Ferreira. Bruno Ferreira is there for it.
It is a great fight. I just thought you had a different one, and we'll talk about it in a bit. I thought you had a different one, but this one is great. I do love this fight as well.
I'm actually curious as to what you thought.
Well, you won't have to wait long.
I was gonna say, is it the next one? Avis Magomedov versus Mikhail
that's the
Oleksiejczuk?
one.
I mean, Oleksiejczuk just comes in and it's like a guy trying to figure out the controls on UFC, and he's only figured out the overhand right.
Yeah.
And like you could get so many pictures of it looks like he's midway through a pitch, like in an MLB game, and he just spams them, and if it lands, he's gonna win by knockout. He's got 16 knockouts to his record, or he's gonna tire out and he's probably gonna get finished himself.
Or Avis tires out. Although I do feel like we've had a redemption from the early Sean Strickland gas tank era Avis.
Yeah. I was gonna say there was one point where Avis was a gas bat, where it was just if he doesn't get you out in the first round, he's
First
dead.
2 minutes.
Yes, he is. like, I remember because Sean Strickland hadn't finished anyone in eons.
Yeah.
And now, obviously, we saw the Anthony Hernandez finish, everything like that. But, like, it was like, Sean Strickland got a finish? Like, you really had to have been, like, on your deathbed, dude.
These two back-to-back are going to be a lot of... I mean, there's some good, like, high-action, high-energy fights on this card.
Oh, no doubt about it. You know, one thing of note, a lot of people talked about how, like, no women's fight on the White House card. No women's fight on this card either.
Oh, interesting.
Obviously,
I didn't even notice that.
I think it's because of the region that it's taking place in Baku, Azerbaijan. I looked at it. Across three cards, 2 women's fights the last 3 weeks.
Going backwards or the next coming
This
week?
card, Apex card, White House card, and even going to the next one because the next card after this is going to be UFC 329 McGregor fight week. I think it's only the Tracy Cortez fight on that one as well. So
Damn.
3 women's fight over the course of a month.
Gotta get these women's divisions going. Like, look, it is in a horrid spot. And we talked about, one of the voicemails we were talking about, like, should they have had a women's fight on it? I think they should have. But even eliminating that part of it, right? The historic part of it, for fuck's sake, like, these divisions exist. Like, let's have some goddamn fights so we can move them along. Every time we do a pound-for-pound women's ranking, when, we submit our uncrowned rankings, they never change because nobody ever fucking fights.
I have not updated mine in forever. I mean, it really is like it isn't just, strawweight's in a tough spot, flyweights in a tough spot, bantamweight, just like the women's divisions as a whole. When was the last time a women's fight was on a pay-per-view main card or a numbered event main card?
Yeah, I can't recall off the top of my head. And it's suffering from the same problem. These divisions are suffering from the same problem that heavyweight had for a long time, which is they can't get momentum if you don't let them fight, right? Like, heavyweight sucked because we didn't have a Josh Hokett. But when you actually put on fights and you have a guy like Josh Hokett or Alex Pereira enters the division and there's some momentum and there's some energy and they're picking up wins and now you're getting excited again, these divisions don't feel so dire. But if every single woman is sitting on the sidelines just looking around and the UFC won't, like, put those fights on, then we're just biding time. We're just wasting time and energy, and there's never going to be any momentum behind it. They really, they desperately need to get these divisions on track. Like, when's the last time we've seen some of these champions? Like, it feels like forever that Valentina Shevchenko beat Zhang Weili. It feels like forever that Mackenzie Dern got that opportunity. Like, it is Kayla Harrison obviously injured, but, like, for fuck's sake, we need to fight.
When did Mackenzie Dern win the belt? January?
Yeah, it was against Verna. I don't even remember when that was.
Yeah, I think it was it January?
Fuck, yeah, that's a long fucking time.
Was it December? I think it might have been December. I can't even remember now. Yeah, Virna, October. It was on the Abu Dhabi card.
Christ almighty.
Fuck, we haven't seen Mackenzie Dern. Obviously, we're going to see her back in August, but we haven't seen her in
It'll almost be a
Tom
year.
Aspinall.
It'll almost be a year by the time she comes back.
Some other fights on this card. Farman Hassanov making his UFC debut. He's only 5-0, but he is Azerbaijani, taking on Eric Nolan. That feels like one for the home crowd.
Yep.
The return of Abdul Rahman Yakyayev taking on Julius Walker. He is representing Turkey. I wonder if he'll be watching the game tonight.
I'm sure he will.
You'd have to imagine. Your boy, Nursultan Ruzabayev, taking on Andrei Pulayev. He was probably upset with Cristiano Ronaldo a couple days ago. Ruzabayev representing Uzbekistan. You remember when we saw him at UFC Atlantic City?
Yeah, we did.
The Uzbek showed out, man. The Uzbek showed out. Another Turkish delight on this card, Khan Ofli taking on Javier Reyes. Daniil Donchenko, Theodore Berggren, Bezkat Almakan taking on Gene Matsumoto, which is a sneaky great fight down the card. I mean, Gene Matsumoto is still only 17-2. I know he's lost to Rob Font and Farid Basharat, but still, like...
he's still a hot prospect. People still believe, yeah.
A nice fight. I mean, combined record of like 29-5 between the two guys.
Yep.
And then your curtain jerker is Tahir Abdullayev versus Jefferson Nascimento. I know Frank has... weirdly not been able to shut up about Jefferson Nascimento all week, man. Your breakdown? Wow, he's left speechless by Jefferson Nascimento.
Can't speak.
You just can't speak. Jefferson Nascimento, an LFA veteran. And we will talk to a current LFA fighter in just a short minute. Before we do that, though, let's pass it off to the rookies in the rear for the PFL San Diego breakdown. Guys, take it away.
Yeah. All right. We have the pro football, the Premier Football League, but in my opinion, it's the Premier Fighting League, not the Professional Fighting League, because this is the #1 fighting league. And obviously, there's the main event. There's AJ, the mercenary.
D1 Glazer, bro.
All right. You know what? I'm fine with it because you know why? There is a Magomed Sharipov fighting this weekend. It is Kassan Magomed Sharipov versus Joshua Weems. That is my prospect spotlight. Unfortunately for Joshua Weems, his career disclosed earnings are $0. Unfortunately for him, I do not think those pockets are getting any thicker this week.
Wow. You really came
What a
prepared
breakdown.
with the breakdown. Jack, your main event, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm going to go something a little, I guess, overrated or already rated, but I really do like AJ McKee. I like him a lot. I think he's fighting against a really rough Salamat Isbulaev.
That's it.com.
Salamat Ismulaev, if you even care.
Salamat Isbulaev. All right, got it. But yeah, no, AJ fought in Bellator, great fighter in Bellator, and he's got a great record. So I think he'll get another win, maybe.
There it is.
See what happens.
There it is.
Wow, congrats.
And then quickly, of course, we have the co-main event.
Yes.
Gorilla Carmouche, great nickname, by the way, versus Vivienne Araujo, I believe it's pronounced.
Very good.
Thank you. Former UFC title challenger, of course, rating 2025 PFL flyweight tournament champion, which is Liz Carmouche. You know, what to watch for is obviously Carmouche's elite wrestling. You know, that top control she's got. I think it's going to be a clear Carmouche by unanimous decision, but it's going to be a good fight nonetheless. Happy that, you know, PFL is putting a woman's card on the, the co-main and even the main card.
Which AI tool did we use for that breakdown? Was that Chad? Was that Claude?
It was Claude.
Okay, all right, thanks, man.
Some AI
I gotta
shit.
say, they did well.
Wow.
Shout out to the boys.
I was expecting you guys to fumble a little bit more.
I'm a little surprised that Josh didn't pick the Shannon Clark-Alara Joanne fight since he is watching Game of Thrones, and as we all know, Alara Joanne's nickname, Arya Stark.
Oh.
You didn't even have to say it, man.
Well, that-
We all already know it, dude. We're wasting breath at that point.
sorry,
It's going to be a
you're
great
right.
one.
I'm not done yet, so let's not spoil anything.
You're not done with
No,
the
I'm not
show.
done with
Okay,
Game of
okay.
Thrones. I am unfortunately done.
You are done with the PFL.
I ran out of characters
breakdown.
and clauses.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and just feed it a little bit more
Ran
water.
out
We'll
of
get there. In all honesty, like, it actually isn't that bad of a card.
No,
you got
it's
Rob
not.
Wilkinson fighting. You've got Ariane Lipsky, obviously from the UFC, taking on Jenna Bishop. Alexander Shabley versus Alfie the Axeman Davis. Like,
That's a great fight.
Anytime the Axeman's fighting, I'm down to watch.
For the X-Men.
As Josh mentioned, Liz Carmouche versus Viviane Araujo, and as Jack mentioned, AJ McKee versus Salabat Ismulaev. What I wanted to ask you, though, is AJ McKee he's a top 10 most popular PFL fighter on the roster.
By far.
Like, I was going through it, and I was just like, all right, Dakota Ditcheva, Usman Nurmagomedov, Chris Cyborg,
Yeah.
Paul Hughes.
That's basically the names. Yeah.
So, like, you're putting him in, like, essentially in the top 5. Like, I tried to think of some other, Vadim Nemkov,
Nah, AJ's bigger.
Liz Carmouche,
AJ's still probably bigger.
Corey Anderson,
No, I'd still go. Even if those are, he's in that same
Johnny
mix.
Eblin. Yeah, like,
He's bigger.
Those are the 8 names that I could come up with, and I still think he's 5 or 6 on that list.
Somewhere in there, yeah.
Why? Like, we always say, like, man, this one's flying under the radar.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. I knew that this fight was happening. I did not realize it was this weekend until Monday.
Yeah.
And then yesterday when I teed it up to Pizzi, he was just like, PFL has a card this weekend?
Yeah.
Like, you talk about flying under the radar. It feels like no one knows that this is happening.
They have not done a good job with this one. And, you know, I think you're right to point out, like, this is AJ McKee versus a relative unknown. If this is not the best use of AJ McKee, let's just say that's probably the best way to put this, is like, AJ McKee is a big time fighter and needs to be in big time fights. And so I would hope to have an AJ McKee versus Paul Hughes was a fucking scrap. Like, that
so
was
good.
such a sick fight. Like, those are the types of fights that AJ McKee needs to be in terms of meeting the level, having the same profile. Look, I don't know nearly enough about Salamat Isbulaev to be like, this guy's not on AJ McKee's level. We're going to find that out on the day, and that's the interesting part. But as far as, like, this is the headline event of the card, you really have to give AJ McKee some kind of dance partner that, like, the promotion of this can rest on, you know?
He has one PFL fight to his name, and 2 fights ago, he got the Tapology, like, the triangle caution alert sign, and it was like a lack of trying in the fight against his opponent.
Perfect.
So it's just like, what do we know about this guy? Is this just a squash match for AJ McKee? Everything like that. And even if it isn't, teach us about Salamat. Like, let us know why he's fighting against AJ McKee in this fight. And also, like, AJ McKee fighting in Southern California.
Yeah.
Like that's a big deal. Like he should have a decent sized audience there.
Yeah, this is home for him. Like this, yeah, look, maybe this is one of those that from the Scott Coker Strikeforce Bellator era where it's like, this is supposed to be local, right? Like it's AJ McKee. He's going to sell out the arena. We're going to do well on tickets. We don't particularly care. Also, not for nothing, they're coming to the end of, broadcast deals and things like that. So maybe this is where you're like trying to figure out what to put where and get into the negotiation periods. So there's a tricky kind of situation and dance going on here. But as far as like, if I'm AJ McKee, I don't know if I love it or hate it, right? He might love it and be like, hey, I can just come in, do my business in Cali, get it done.
Get paid, shine at home, it's all good.
And then I'm back out. But he's a long-term type guy that you want to keep in your promotion. If you're PFL and you're making a serious effort in this sport, if you're trying to be an MMA player, you need to be putting on big-time fights. And AJ McKee, to the point you're making, is one of the guys that you have that is capable of that. He's all action. It's not like AJ McKee is like just a good fighter. AJ McKee is a fucking thrilling fighter. He's an exciting fighter. So like, yeah, I'm with you. The card from top to bottom has decent amount of names on it. It's a decent card, but promotionally, like we need to know more about like this fight coming up. And I would have liked to see AJ McKee against somebody who has equal power.
It feels like they're starting to get it more and more, and they're starting to have a bit of success in, having the videos with John Martin where they're building up the promotion, where they're building up these fights. They're doing everything like that, cool posters, this is what we're doing, bringing guys to their local area to fight in their hometowns and everything like that to attract an audience to come see them. But then it kind of just feels like when it gets to fight week, same thing happened for PFL Pittsburgh, it's like I don't hear a thing about it.
It's hard. The UFC goes every week.
Yeah.
The UFC's going every week.
Which honestly should make it where like the PFL's like fucking pushing any time that they have fights going on.
They're doing some of the right things, as you said, right? Like even
getting rid of
you sign Ketlin Vieira to fight Chris Cyborg. That's a good fight. I care about that fight. They're doing good things. And I think the introduction of John Martin to kind of like streamline some of this and clean some of this off has been helpful. But I'm going to chalk this up to we're coming to the end of this year. We're coming to the end of the broadcast deal. Don't necessarily want to fire all your, put all your eggs in certain baskets. You want to kind of have a better lay of the land. Maybe you hit the ground running in the next year. New broadcast partner or same broadcast partner on a new deal. I'm going to just chalk it up to that. But there can be more that can be done promotionally. And not for nothing, AJ McKee is worth your watch. So let this be, for the fans of this show, tune into this because AJ McKee is going to make it worth your while, right? That's the message. If you weren't aware of this card in the same way that many were not, be aware of it. And the rookies in the rear did a great job breaking it down. AJ McKee is worth the price of admission every time, every single time.
Well, if I can break it down a little bit more too,
yes,
I definitely think there needs to be more promo. But overall, Salamat is a finisher. He's almost finished every fight he's been. I think actually every fight he's won, every fight he's been in. And he's great, both grappling. He has a judo background, and he's finished really well on the feet. So against a guy like AJ McKee, who takes almost every fight to decision, I think this will be a scrap. I think Salamat's going to try to look for an end to the fight early on, and if that doesn't come, then AJ McKee's just going to rain hell on him for a few rounds. So it'll be interesting regardless. Agreed with you, Rick, that it just needs a ton more promo.
Yeah, like the Jesus Pinedo fight was nice in his PFL debut. But other than that, I mean, he's fighting absolute nobodies. It is complete unproven talent that he's getting these finishes over. So it will be a nice test to see where he's at against a guy like AJ McKee. Because if he's able to beat him, it's like, oh shit, he got a win off of AJ McKee, which is not easy.
That'd be massive.
AJ McKee is 24-2.
Yeah,
having almost every fight in Bellator and PFL. Like he's been fighting at a high level. So yeah, we'll see. It's a packed Saturday. You got UFC Baku starting at 9 a.m. here in the East Coast. Main card start at noon. You'll have PFL San Diego going on late afternoon, evening, and then you obviously got Xander Zayas versus Duran Busenitz down the road at the Barclays Center. Great card there. You've also got Emiliano Vargas on there, Ben Whitaker as well. So it's a jam-packed Saturday to go along with your World Cup action. It's a 3 TV setup kind of day. Pull out the iPad, pull out the laptop. The hits just keep on coming as we go into a bye week for the 4th of July.
Yeah.
We'll get into Prediction Pals after this, but we have a very special guest joining the show. It is a massive honor for us. It is a man who was once a watcher of the show and now a representative of the show. He goes out in the community, he goes out in the world, he goes out in the workforce and represents this program. Not just this program, but also Uncrowned. He's 8-2 as an amateur, still just 23 years old. He's coming off a win on LFA 235 against undefeated. Yes, you heard that, undefeated. Well, undefeated no more. That is Todd Pickett, because he met his fate against the Iowan Lion. He took his O by knocking him out in the very first round while repping Uncrowned and BITB. It is, as I mentioned, the Iowan Lion, Liam Anand, joining the program. What's up, Liam? How we doing,
Liam!
Bro? Look at that fucking merch, man. How is your merch better than ours?
Hanging with the boys.
Hanging with the boys. What's up, brother?
I can't believe it. Hey, if you like this merch, man, I got extras of this. I know that you were digging on the black and the blue and the pink. I don't have extras of that right now, but if you're liking this, I got extras with your guys' name written on it, man.
Can people buy it? Are these for sale anywhere?
They can absolutely hit me up on Instagram and buy it, but for you guys, I kind of just want to send it.
Yeah. Well, we can talk about that. I just want to make sure that if there's fans of the show that want to support you for supporting BITB, that they can find a way to do it. So yeah, hit up Liam on Instagram.
Liam on an MMA. I was so freaking nervous to come on here, guys, but then you spent like 10 minutes breaking down PFL San Diego. I have to imagine you've lost your entire viewer base by now.
Dude, there's absolutely nothing to be nervous about. I mean, you literally got into a cage fight this past weekend.
This is worse.
This is worse for you.
This is way, way worse. Not only that, so you guys did your episode on Thursday last week, weigh-in day for me. So I didn't tune into it. Now, you guys said on that show that if I got out of there with the W, that you were going to bring me on the show, and thank the Lord that I didn't watch that until after the fight, because if I knew the stakes going into that fight, I don't know how I would have coped.
Well, you did better than I think anybody else could have expected. Like, you absolutely blew the doors off them. All right, let's go even further back, because I think, you know, for people who haven't been following this story, you called into the voicemail line a bunch of times and mentioned you being a fighter, and then it started to build, and there were other people calling in about fights, and then you had this LFA booking, and you called us and were like, I have this fight coming up, massive fight. I want to rep the BITB. I want to rep Uncrowned, and we made it happen. But I want to start at, how did you get your start in martial arts? And then we'll work our way back to that point in time.
Okay, so a little story time. I didn't give a crap about MMA or the UFC up until COVID happened. I was 19. I was 17 years old at the time in my senior year of high school. And everything stops. UFC is the only promotion sports league putting on shows. So I watched the first card, Gaethje versus Ferguson, with my two friends. And I just watched that card. It was a great card, but like something about the sport or the fighters on the card, like I was immediately drawn to it, and not just immediately drawn to it. I looked at it and I kind of just thought to myself, like, I kind of want to try that. Like, I think I could be pretty decent at that. I wrestled growing up, and I wrestled in high school. I was an average high school wrestler. In Iowa, the wrestling is really good. So being average, you know, I'll take it. But yeah, I just became obsessed with the sport, started training jiu-jitsu, because if I wasn't good at jiu-jitsu, then I probably wasn't going to be good at striking. And then so why even try it all? But I was good at jiu-jitsu. And then I just started fighting, and I've been fighting now for 3.5 years. 23 years old now, and I'm super excited where the next step of my journey is going to take me, because it's brought me here right now, and this is the best thing ever.
So you're telling me the whole reason that you are into fighting now is because the COVID pandemic hit and you were like, man, there's not shit to watch. Let's throw on, what was that, like UFC 249 or something? Yeah. You were like, yo, this shit's sick. Like, I want to fight myself. And that's how you got into it.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, watching the beating that Justin Gaethje put on Tony Ferguson, how could I not only fall in love, but want to put myself in that position? You know, it really though, the sport has, you're either going to watch something like that and you're in it for the rest of your life, or you're going to watch something like that and you want nothing to do with it. And I just totally leaned all the way into it.
What does the family think of this? And are you is this full time for you? Is this something that you're doing in addition to your other job? Like how does your career currently stand?
My family, biggest supporters I have. You can't actually quantify how much a good support system means for being able to stick through this sport. Without the support system I have, I'm sorry, I'm getting friggin' text right now. I hate if you can hear that.
No, we can't. We can't.
Okay.
Superstar, man. I mean, you're just fucking blowing up. Like the line doesn't stop ringing.
I'm on my wife's laptop and she's getting texts from people. She better not be messing around or I'm gonna freaking see.
Wait, hold on. You said first of all, but you said girlfriend and then you said wife. Is it wife? Is it girlfriend?
It's wife. It's wife.
Okay.
It's new. That's September.
Hey, congrats.
Still used to the wife, girlfriend.
Yeah.
It's been the same thing for a long time now. But yeah, I work at UPS part-time, early mornings, like 4 to 9 a.m. And then as soon as I'm done there, I mean, it's about training and it's about resting and recovering. I'm giving my life to this sport. I'm kind of pigeonholing myself into this. And it's like, if this doesn't work out and if this fails, I don't know what I'm going to do next. So I'm just kind of giving this absolutely everything I got, and UPS gives me that kind of consistent supplemental income with great insurance benefits. But yeah, I ain't making anything from fighting right now, hardly.
What does like a day in the life as a UPS driver, and then like how many days a week are you training for this? I understand you're still young. I mean, you're married at just 23, which is incredibly young to do it. But like, what does a day in the life look like for you?
Like, especially in fight camp, my life becomes getting up at 3:30 or 4 and going to work. I'm not driving at UPS. I'm like unloading trailers and stuff, working at the distribution center. It's reasonably hard, like labor type work.
So you do manual labor and then go train for the fights?
Yeah, absolutely. And this is why, like, during camp, my life is working and training and sleeping, because I'm getting done with work. I'm going and hitting my first workout of the day. I get home, eat, and I take a 3-hour nap, because I'm not getting done at training at night until 8:30. I'm not getting done eating and showering and spending a little bit of time with my wife until like 10. So I kind of have to split my sleep down the middle. I get like half at night and half during the day. And yeah, I mean, I eat a lot of food that keeps my body going, but it's a lot of work. And I commend anybody who is able to balance working and fighting at the same time.
That is a fucking grind, brother. Respect to you for being able to do that. I do have to obviously ask one question, like, while we have you here. I don't know about the contract situation with LFA and everything like that, but we're looking to start an upstart promotion called the Mailman Fight League, and you obviously qualify having experience with UPS.
I mean, if you guys need inaugural event, first main event, I will step in on any day's notice. You guys just give me a call. And yeah, if you ain't brown, you down. So if any boys or USPS guys want it, they can get it.
What a shot across the other carriers. Okay, so it sounds like the answer. I think I already know the answer to this question, but I just want to confirm. The goal is to be a full-time fighter. The goal is to push this as far as you possibly can. Yes.
Absolutely, and not only that, but the goal has to be to establish myself as like a brand or something outside of fighting, and have something to bring in money past fighting, because I've heard obviously so many horror stories listening to the Ariel Helwani show and listening to Pete mainly talk about how many guys he's seen like give it all to the sport and just walk away with nothing. So building yourself up as a fighter to the point where you can start to use your platform and make real money and sustaining money that doesn't rely on fighting 2 or 3 times a year kind of deal. That's the dream.
You talk about the brand, man. How did we get the name Iowan Lion? I know you're obviously from there, but like it flows off the tongue. Like it is a solid nickname.
It's straight AI. I'm totally joking. Like I don't remember if I made my debut with it or not, but I spent a lot of time like stewing on different nickname options because every fighter needs a nickname. But I think the only worse thing than having no nickname is having a stupid nickname like the Dominator or the Terminator.
Oh, wait a minute. Dominic Cruz is somewhere going, what the fuck did I do?
Dominator Cruz he's lucky that it rolls off the tongue well, because otherwise it would be terrible. But yeah, then I just kind of got stuck on like Iowan, and it wasn't short after I started thinking along those lines. Like there's only like one thing that can come after that if I want to keep it rhyming. So the Iowan Lion, and it's I kind of want to get this out of the way because I feel like this is important. The Iowan Lion, Liam Onen. The nickname comes first. I think the placement actually means quite a bit, and the nickname comes first. The Iowan Lion, Liam Onen. Onen. A-U-N-N. Onen.
Onen. All right, we were actually going to ask you that, so I appreciate you clarifying it. I actually like the nickname first as well here. It rolls off the tongue smoother. So when Bruce Buffer is getting to prep you, you know, he'll start the one, the only, the Iowan Lion, Liam Onen.
Absolutely. It's a mouthful, but each part of that is pretty important.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a mouthful, but like when it's a good nickname, like you said, like it makes it worth it. It almost makes it cooler that it's longer.
Mm-hmm. And then I got to hit my, Connor does his own split. I hit my roar every time they hit it. The placement is the most important part.
Okay, so that's what you're doing in the Tapology picture. Like the Tapology picture has you like this, like mid-screen.
Yeah, the Tapology needs a pick update, but yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Okay, so we got the merch, we got the nickname, everything like that. Like what else are you trying to focus on to sort of build your brand?
Posting content on social media. I got a hernia surgery back in February. I actually called and left a voicemail about that and how I was totally off the oxy when I called, and listening back to it was making me cringe. But I had so much free time after that surgery that I started putting more effort into making content and expanding my reach on social media. And that's been a lot of fun. I don't know how much of a difference it's making, but I get people, especially from different parts of Iowa, who say like, oh man, I'm seeing your videos all the time. They're actually really good. I'm really just trying to say a lot of the stuff as a fighter that you don't hear fighters say, like the inner thoughts that go through our mind, why we do things. There's a lot of stuff that's true about fighting, but I think fighters are scared to say because they want to upkeep this like fighter image that I've never really fallen into. I don't feel like I still struggle with being a fighter. I feel like I'm just more of a competitor who fell into fighting than like being a fighter. I've never been in a fight outside of the cage in my entire life. My MMA debut, that was my first time ever getting punched in the face. That was my first time ever punching somebody in the face. So I'm still just kind of trying to navigate what it is to be a fighter, and I like to talk about that and document it on my socials.
Yeah, I mean, this is crazy. Like you're the very first fight you get into is the very first fight you got into.
I just decided that I was a fighter one day, and I haven't looked back since,
So like this is, as you say, like this is relatively new into your life. Like this is something that you're not even fully adjusted to. You're working at UPS, working long hours. It essentially takes over your entire life. You have the support system that like you essentially have to have behind you. You hear Pete talking about like, yeah, man, this guy made it to the tippy top of the sport at the UFC and he walked away with nothing. Is there any moments where you're just like, what did I sign up for? Like, how did I get to this point in my life? Like, is there any like room to have this like doubt of like, man, am I making the right decision here?
Absolutely. There's room for it because I think the anxiety that comes from that can be used as fuel. I think fear is a great motivator, a great source of fuel. But yeah, I mean, especially since I got married, it's a big stress. It's a big stress to put on my wife as well, like, because she wants to know, like, when does the money start coming in? And like, I'm like, I want to know too. Like, I wish I had an answer to tell you. I want to freaking start making babies with my wife, with the sex. But I don't know exactly the point that we're going to be able to do that. And it's scary, and I question it sometimes. But like I said, I've kind of pigeonholed myself into a situation here, and I kind of feel like I have to see it through at this point.
And so what is that next step, right? Are you going to be back with LFA? Is that still up in the air? Where can we see you next?
Dude, I don't even know if LFA knows my name. Like, if to be 100%.
Okay, so take us back then. How did the LFA opportunity come to you?
So they just had some. They probably have a few matchmakers active on Facebook, and one of their matchmakers reached out to me and offered me an amateur fight against local hometown hero. And I'm like, all right, that's the way you worded that tells me that you are kind of making it known that you're bringing me in to lose. I don't care about that. Like, I'm willing to come in and disrupt some plans, but I thought that kind of spoke volumes, I guess. And then, the fight's booked, sign the contract. But then the whole time, like, through the process, I'm just getting emails from like a woman. And, if I responded with a question, it probably wasn't getting answered. Like at the ceremonial weigh-ins, those were cool, but like no one cared to interview me. I don't think anyone even knew I was a fighter on the card. After the fight, they're like, hey, you forgot to pick up your check for gas money. Like, no, I didn't forget. No, none of you ever told me anything. I don't know how I'm getting my hands on my fight footage. I'm fighting for LFA and I don't even have like footage of it. But that's besides the point. It was an honor fighting for them. I hope they have me back, but there is no contract. That was just a one fight deal. I'm thinking I fight local again, at maybe Caged Aggression in October is kind of the biggest local Iowa promotion. Do a pro debut with that, sell a crap ton of tickets, probably make a decent little chunk of change. I got to the point as an amateur where I was making pretty decent money to fight just based off my ticket sales. So I think making my pro debut at a local show, that'll be the way to do it.
Whoa.
Okay,
breaking
so
news there.
So 8-2, we're done with the Amis. Pro bout next.
It was gonna be pro bout next before LFA, but like when a promotion like LFA comes offering, I feel like getting my foot in the door with them will end up paying dividends for my career in the long run. But yeah, like I've won an amateur belt. I've won on LFA. I think Tapology has me like number 4 in North America right now. So there's not much more for me to gain doing another amateur fight. I look around at a lot of these pros at these local shows, and I've felt like I have been better than them for a long time now. So yeah, it's time to try and make this stuff happen.
Yeah, I mean, the last one is huge. Not only did you give Todd Pickett his first loss, but you're saying you overcame the hometown hero allegations. The guy was from Kentucky as well, and I'm looking at his record here. He was undefeated against Liam's. Oh, yeah, there it is. Going into that fight, he had never lost to a Liam before. You not only gave him his first loss, but his first loss to a Liam as well.
Yeah, I had to put on for the Liams out there. No, I knew 8-0 is impressive. You don't get to being, oh, what a freaking.
I was gonna say, are we getting that shot framed or what? I mean, like you with the hand on the back of his head, just ripping the uppercut.
Dude, and it like made his eye is open, but there's nothing in there. Oh, what a picture that is! I saw that.
Jacked, man.
That's the one that gets framed, by the way. I saw that and I questioned if that was even real. If they like took the picture, they took the picture and then put it into Chat GPT, like, make this guy look a little bit freaky, something like that.
This is 4 months after hernia surgery, too?
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy. Yo, I also have to say, the tattoo, man, you got the breast cancer awareness tattoo with initials on each side. You're also repping pink shorts. Like, what's the meaning behind that?
Yeah, my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer when I was in 7th grade. Those are her initials, DA. She survived. She's a survivor, so I'm not like trying to bring the mood down or anything. But my mom and my parents in general are such massive parts of my life. Like, they are my heroes. They are my inspiration. The way they support me and love me and show me how much they love me, they've molded me into the man I've become. And so I kind of always want to honor her in the battle that she went through with that. And then the pink shorts and the pink shirts, I just love pink. I like being visible. I like being loud. I just think it looks good.
I mean, the merch is sick, man. Like, I want the pink shirt, but what I really need is the black trucker hat with the logo on it. It was fantastic. Anyone comment anything about the patches? Was anyone like, oh shit, or they're like, what are those dumbass patches you got on your shorts?
I mean, like my mom and like some of my supporters that were there were a little bit confused. I had to give them the rundown of like, okay, but it's not Ariel on the show, but like it's on his channel, and like these guys, they just work in the back, but like they're really like they're in it, you know. I had to give this explanation to my family several times.
Yeah, so it's like the B Team podcast. Like, no one really knows who the fuck they are, but like they sent me the patches for free, and like I kind of feel bad if I didn't like stick them on.
Yeah, when I told my dad the news that I was going to come on the show, he just like totally blank stare, no sold me. And I'm like, I promise it's a big deal.
No, it is not a big deal. What was a big deal was the win this past Saturday on LFA 235, man. Congratulations on the win. Thanks so much for joining us, man. Super fun story. We're going to be cheering for you. Pro debut in October.
Absolutely, man.
Iowa, I feel like we gotta. Taking the first trip to the cornfield.
I feel like we gotta.
I feel like we gotta. Baby. I feel like we gotta. He is Liam Anand, the Iowan Lion. Liam Anand. Thank you so much for joining us, man. We really appreciate it. And congrats again on the win, brother.
Congrats, Liam.
Thank you. I gotta say one more thing.
Please, go. The floor is yours.
It's yours.
You guys were, and this is just like God has blessed my life. This situation that is happening right now blows my mind. You guys were in Des Moines. I was in Des Moines for my bachelor party, for the fights. My one goal for the weekend was I really just want to run into you guys. I wanted to talk your ear off for a couple minutes. And the main thing was I wanted to tell you I'm going to be on your show one day. Like, you have no idea who I am now, but one day I'm going to be on your show. And I didn't get to. I didn't catch you guys. I missed you, but it was fine. I had a great weekend. And then I'm watching the Fight Feast in the week after, and I see you guys were at freaking Fong's Pizza, and I was at Fong's Pizza. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I missed them. They were probably there like an hour before me or something. And then I see myself sitting in the back of the restaurant behind G.
Shut the fuck up.
His crab rangoon pizza. And Fong's overrated, by the way.
Yeah, we agree. We agree. Dude.
I was sitting on the toilet and I just started spazzing out. I was so pissed off. But everything happens for a reason. I'm here, and you guys gave me the opportunity to come on and spread my influence and grow my platform, and you guys are awesome, man. I'm such a big fan of you guys, and I really appreciate you taking the time and having me on.
Well, we fucking appreciate you, man. It's an honor to have you on. You're killing it right now. The fact that you rocked both the patches just means the world to us. It doesn't matter who it is. The fact that you were willing to rep the brand and support us in that way is incredible, man. So we'll be backing you. As far as this thing goes, man, the Iowan Lion will have the support of the boys in the back.
We're in it. We're in it for good. Take us to the top.
You're not the most unbiased sports news outlet anymore.
Listen, man. That's
in the race now.
That's Ariel's thing, bro. We're biased as fuck.
We're biased as
almost
fuck.
Everything we say on this program is biased as fuck.
I love it. Thank you, guys.
All right, Liam. Thank you, Liam. Man. Best of luck with the future. We're really looking forward to watching you rise.
Bye. Thanks.
Peace, man. I gotta say, dude, the Midwestern man who's married at 23 with a mullet that works at UPS, I ain't fucking fighting that guy.
And an 8-pack, looking like he's fucking He-Man.
That picture, I ain't fucking fighting that guy.
Well, that's
I will
the
tell you
thing.
that much.
That's the type of thing where like he's the guy walking down the street, or you see him in the in the UPS. I assume they wear uniforms at the warehouse or whatever, and you're like, he's a big dude, but I can take him. And then you just quickly realize, like, look at this fucking guy. Like, you rip off that brown shirt,
God,
and that guy's under there, and you just get wild. Also, not for nothing, like an incredibly like intelligent kid, and thinking about using fighting as a platform to accomplish the goals that he has in life, even beyond just achieving the MMA. Part of the dream, and using that as a platform to achieve other things. Married, working hard outside the cage to make all this happen. Smart kid, absolutely rooting for him. Can't say enough. Can't say enough. So honored that he would put that patch on, even as like just like this thing that spawned from the show, and the fact that I remember him calling on the voicemail to tell us that he was sitting in the back, but I had no idea that was Liam at the time that was calling. Unbelievable story. So happy for him. What a win for LFA. I hope they bring him back. It seems like he's going to go pro either way, but yeah, keep it going. What a fucking win.
I have the video up right now, the Fight Feast from Des Moines from a year ago, and I was trying to see if I could see him in the back. I can't tell. I think I see him in the corner there, but yeah, shout out. Absolutely hilarious that's sort of the full circle moment for him. I can confirm. I believe I found him.
You found him?
Yeah, he's like in the back left. I mean, also like the mullet and everything makes him pretty distinguishable. But man, talk about a full circle moment there.
Black hat?
I don't know. You got do you have a picture of it?
I'm trying to sort through it. I see there's a guy in like a two-tone, like a white and blue jacket with black hat.
I just sent one.
Over Rick's shoulder, between him and Oscar.
Okay, so you're saying Rick Shoulder.
Oh,
I was thinking I found a dude in a mullet on the left side in the picture that I just dropped in. Either way, Josh Markowitz letting us know.
That's got to be him. I think I see him in the back there.
Oh, if that's him, throw him up.
No, not over
the one
other corner, right?
I see.
Yes.
If we can pull that up, that would be hilarious. He is ranked 4th out of over 2,700 amateur welterweights in North America right now.
Unbelievable.
So, insane finish.
Pro soon,
man. We will watch.
Can I just say, you tuned into this show to hear this show, and of course Ariel Helwani show, to hear about these fighters' stories and their lives beyond the cage, because all we really see is what they do in the cage. And I mean, the energy he brought, the electricity, everything about him, I absolutely love him. He's a fan in me. I think a lot of the people in the chat were like, yep, there's a new fan for Liam. And I mean, he was great. I thought he was great. And Eric, you said as well, he's very smart. The work ethic, the grit, everything about it, I love it.
Fuck yeah.
Just a man in like the grind, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get up at 3:30 to go work at UPS, and then I sleep a little bit more, and then I go and I train all night, and then I sleep a little bit more. It's like... He's
a dog.
Yeah, he said it, bro. He's fully committed to the game.
Absolute dog.
Okay, if you look all the way to the left next to the granny with the white fro, I think that's
got
him.
like the red jersey on, right?
You know what? I actually think it's like, I think it might be pinkish.
Oh, is it
and
his
And I see a mullet. He could confirm or deny, but there it is.
We think that's him.
Shout out to the Boom Boom Huck Jam shirt. Shout out to are we pulling it up? Are we pulling it up for the people? Yeah, Rick, point that bad boy out. We need our pointer here. Iowa State hat. Fire. Boom Boom Huck Jam shirt, also fire. Shout out to it.
What's crazy, we're talking about his story. It's such a common thing, right? You're not going to make enough money in the early parts of a fighting career to just make that your full-time gig, unless you're like Olympic, boxer or somebody like that who's being sponsored all the way through. These guys who are out there every single day working 9 to 5s, or in his case, like he's getting up early morning to do a morning shift and then going into the gym, preparing for fights. It is an insane grind, and Liam is a dog, absolute dog.
It is unfortunate to hear about like LFA just being like, yo, come in and lose, and you forgot to get your gas check.
He has the right attitude about it.
Yeah.
He knows like the game. He's not coming in there to be the hometown guy. When he goes and makes his pro debut in Iowa, he's the guy. They're going to bring in somebody for him to beat. They're going to bring this is the ecosystem. It is this like, the shark's eating this and then the whatever's eating this. I was about to try and do some like real wildlife type shit, but there is an ecosystem that exists, and there's going to be somebody who's in the same spot that Liam was in that fight, who's coming in there for him to beat. And so this is how that game goes. It's an unforgiving type game. And so for Liam, you hope that he wins that fight, but there's somebody who's going to be knowing that they're coming into there to play spoiler and try to do it. But in that hometown in Iowa, he's going to be king shit, and it's going to be incredible. I'm sure it's going to be fucking amazing. I hope that another LFA or that type of opportunity comes around again. I imagine that that's a pretty common story on the local scene. Even though LFA has some prestige, it is still like a regional kind of local promotion. And the fact that there's some disorganization doesn't surprise me. They have his contact info. They know he's game. They know he'll step in. I have a feeling, he's the type of guy that they might call again after that performance. I hope he gets a big opportunity. But if he goes pro and he keeps making, headway, I'm sure he'll end up in the right spot.
Absolutely. So sorry to cut you off, GC, but like the confidence that he has and the way he carries himself, he's so extremely confident but yet humble, and he believes in himself so much. And I really do believe that like the people who have the most belief in themselves are the ones that are going to succeed. And
you gotta have it.
He's just one of those guys. Like again, he's just a dog. He's an absolute dog.
I can say Liam is in the YouTube chat. He said, confirmed I was wearing the red jacket in the top left corner.
Fuck yeah. Look at that. I got that Iowan Lion eye, baby. Shout out.
Shout out to Liam.
Also, I think my favorite part of it all is just him telling like his family and stuff and them just being like, cool, man. We don't
dad, no selling the dad. No
Dad's
selling
just like, oh, great. You're having a fucking Zoom call with a couple of bozos. Nice, man. Good for you, man. I love that. Anytime we meet people's girlfriends, they're always just like, oh, sick. I fucking hate you guys. And then like Brendan Shaw being like, I love the boys in the back because no one watches that bullshit. Absolutely no one watches that show. That's why I love them, because they're just unfiltered, because no one gives a fuck what they have to say. I love it.
And then Liam being like, first of all, his wife hates our guts, like for sure.
Oh yeah.
She's like, you're spending more time fucking jumping on the Zoom with these fucking idiots.
She probably designed the merch, and she was like, oh, that hat looked really good before you put those stupid ass patches on it.
And then when he's like, I'm planning on having kids with the sex, fucking nailed it. Nailed it.
He nailed a lot of it. Hanging with the boys.
Killed it.
Yeah.
Killed it.
Absolutely nailed it, man. Shout out to Liam on the Iowan Lion.
We are actually girlfriend repellent, girlfriend and wife repellent. Like we are the number one.
He has the charm of like the accent, and it's a bit of a more sophisticated program with Ben Folks and Chuck Mendenhall on there. It's a little more mature. They get into the
sometimes
depths, the real side of mixed martial arts. They're very smart and mature, and then us is just like the shit and fart program that sometimes talks about MMA.
You listening to those dumb fucks again?
That's like, welcome into the boys in the back. That's our program. That's what we've built here at the boys.
Oh
in the back.
shit, that was fun though. Fuck yeah, Liam, congratulations. Can't wait to see.
All right. Also, all love to the PFL, but great shout by Liam being like, man, I was really nervous to come on, and then you guys talked about PFL San Diego for 15 minutes, and now no one's fucking watching.
He so gets it. He's so like in sync with our program and us.
Also, the fact that he's just in fighting now because like he sat down and watched Tony Ferguson and Justin Gaethje get in an absolute war and was like, I want to do that.
But a wrestler at least, right? Like I knew there had to be some kind of foundational thing. But I mean, fuck, the hands look pretty good for a wrestler. He beat the shit out of that dude.
It's gonna be sick. Speaking of PFL San Diego,
yes,
Alfie the Axeman Davis will be fighting on that card. It's not a tattoo that he has, but last year the infamous tattoo of Alfie the Axeman Davis.
I think I missed this.
Huh?
There's an Axeman tattoo?
You know what? Now that we're saying this, I realized the whole genesis of this pound for pound. I forgot to get.
Oh, we don't have. Fuck, we don't have an asset. God damn it. I was playing dumb to get an asset up, and we
This is why we have the reputation that we have. I'm frantically sending it into the BITB chat right now. If we can get this up.
Oh, that's funny.
Alfie the Axeman Davis won the PFL belt last year. Was in a massive upset, and one of his friends. Colleagues?
Yeah. No, a friend of his.
Acquaintance?
No, he was a friend. He's a friend.
PFL diehard, Alfie the Axeman Davis diehard, got a tattoo that took up his entire calf of Alfie the Axeman Davis winning the belt. Don Davis included in there, which makes it even better. And it was one of the worst tattoos I've ever seen in my life. I hate to be that guy, but it is so tough. I mean, you got Don Davis. You got Don Davis permanently drawn onto your skin.
I can't see that and not die instantly.
When Don Davis stepped down at the PFL, was that guy like, fuck?
No, he blacked him out. He just blacked him out in the back.
Honestly, it wouldn't be a bad fix to black him out. So anyway.
Oh, shit.
In honor of Alfie the Axeman Davis's friend getting himself and Don Davis tattooed on him, pound for pound, worst fighter tattoos. Some of the best ink is on MMA fighters. There's some sick ones out there.
Yeah.
Sean Brady, Charles
Sean Brady's
Oliveira,
back is unbelievable.
Tom Aspinall, Volkov. There's some Ilya Taporia. There's some
Cheeto
Vera. There's some sick tattoos out there in the MMA game. There are also some bad ones, and that's what we're going to highlight right now. Pound for pound, worst fighter tattoos. Frankie, what's the order, brother?
The order today is...
Shake it up on me, man. Come on.
All right. Let me just put it to the randomizer.
Here we go.
All right. It has produced Frank, Connor, and then Rick.
Whoa!
That is a big shakeup.
All right.
There's only so many ways you can reorganize three.
And somehow it found a new one.
Yeah.
It found a new one.
Well, this isn't a new one. My number 5 is Darren Elkinson's The Damage, tattooed on his chest to look like he has been scarred and, I guess, stitched back together. I guess the stitches are permanent, according to him, and so is the damage. I don't know what kind of consultation took place before this happened. I imagined it was like, you got cash on you, man? And Darren was like, yes, I do. And they're like, sit down.
Darren Elkinson, shout out.
And then I bet like
Elkins.
halfway through, Darren was like, oh, this is so sick. Are you going to put this in your portfolio? And the dude like is wearing AirPods. He's like, what?
Sorry, what was that, man?
What was that?
He is an all-action fighter, but the stitched on the damage is it's tough.
I don't know if this one, my number 4
Before
is
we continue, Frank.
What the fuck?
Tattoos?
Do I have any?
Yeah.
No. If I had tattoos, you'd know. I'd get a full
What about
sleeve.
that tramp stamp you have that says exit only? Are we not talking about that one on the air?
No, it says don't stop.
I know.
I've seen that. I've seen that.
Happy Pride Month, everybody.
Happy Pride Month.
Frank has tattoos. I have none as well. I believe Frank has tattoos. Did I make that up? No, Frank has tattoos.
Yeah.
Andy, Jordan?
I have 3.
I was gonna say I know Andy does.
Yep.
Jordan?
No.
No Jordan.
Jordan has
Josh?
a prison tower.
Josh, Jack?
No.
We're clean. We're clean.
No tattoos. All right. So just
Clean. One way to describe it,
just Frank and Andy.
Yeah, we know ball. Number 4, this guy might not know ball because he got a giant image of a Lion King on his chest. I can't tell if it's part of his shtick, but this is Josh Hokett's Lion King. I don't know. Like, honestly, the lion is supposed to be the symbol of royalty. The crown is supposed to be the symbol of royalty. I don't know why we're double dipping on this.
Interesting.
And,
Didn't they have a whole movie?
there's a whole movie.
Lion King or something?
Exactly. And at no point does
Was that a
anyone
thing?
wear
Did I
a
remember
crown,
that
right? They just, it's silly. We've had him on the show. We grilled him about some choices that he's made recently. I don't know why Ariel didn't just rip it to the light. And what's up with the tattoo? Like,
I
the
actually
people
don't
at home
hate
are
this.
wondering.
So are you saying if it didn't have the crown, it'd be better?
Yeah, like you wear the lion and people are like, oh, the lion, what is the
Okay.
symbol? And it's like, oh, like I'm the king, and like I get
Got
it.
it.
Or you have the crown. Oh, what do you have the crown for? Oh, because I'm the king. You know, the two is just like hooked on phonics for people looking at your tattoo.
Interesting.
And I think tattoos are supposed to be symbolic. You know?
Got it.
Someone else who thought this was supposed to be symbolic is my number 3, also my failure from last weekend, Andre
Lima.
Lima's teeth mark tattoo.
Yes. Well, this one does mean something.
Yeah, and I appreciate that, but I don't like it. It looks unsanitary.
Do you think there was a moment, like I know like he got the bite and, you know, was kind of making waves on an Apex card, blah, blah, blah. Is there any chance, like, and he also got it like immediately.
He got it right that day, yeah.
Is there any chance we got it a couple days later and was like,
That was dumb as fuck.
Was there a chance that the tattoo artist was like, bro, like this is an open wound? Like I probably shouldn't be
There's
adding
definitely a chance of that.
Shouldn't have gotten
But no, it's such a good story though,
It is a
like
good
in terms of being like, this is how I made my name.
Yeah.
I agree with Frank that belongs on a list, but I also agree with his thought process to an extent.
Like speaking of like regretting tattoos, I was in a fraternity in college and they do frat tats, which is like you get the
brand?
letters. No, that is more for black fraternities. The white fraternities get a tattoo, especially in the South, on their ankle right here, and like all my pledge brothers that I pledged with got them, and they were like, "Yeah, this is so sick," and I was sitting there like, "Nah, bro, nah, you guys are gonna regret that." Now
They get it at a tattoo parlor though, right?
Yeah,
You're not
of course,
just giving prison tats.
No,
like,
you
where the
do it
fuck-
at a tattoo parlor, but it's Greek letters on your ankle, and then like I'll see my boys now, and like I'll be like, I still can't believe you got that shit
on the ankle. Is that like a?
Dude, I just
is that like cool?
Josh? Do they
Is
do
that-
frat tats at Syracuse?
They do not. I believe that's a little outdated.
Yeah, it's I guess outdated, and I think it's also a Southern thing. If I had that and I still had to look at that, I'd be like, why the fuck did I do that?
See, you're putting more thought into a tattoo that you didn't get.
Yeah.
But my number 2 hasn't put enough thought in a tattoo that he did get. This is Alan Pletcher's Johnny Cash. Pictured here looking like an individual wearing the face of Johnny Cash as if they're Leatherface. I don't understand. Maybe this is the Ring of Fire that Johnny Cash was referring to. He's like, yeah, man, I'm going to go there, and people are just wearing my face on top of their face, and then some people back on Earth are getting it tattooed on their arm. I just don't know. Again, what did the consultation look like? Like, you want me to do what now? And it's like, just follow the picture, just draw it on there for me. It's like, but this doesn't look right. Just do it anyway. It's creepy.
I thought it was Elvis at first. I'm not going to lie.
The joke on the forums back in the day people used to say it looked like Rosie O'Donnell.
It also looks like Rosie O'Donnell, yeah.
And then my number 1 worst tattoo is not too surprising to anyone, but it's Jamal Hill's Mickey Mouse hands. I'm not really sure what they're supposed to be. They probably started as canaries, which is, that's the common spot to get the 2 birds on both sides. And the tattoo artist might have fucked up with one of the wings. And Jamal Hill's like, you know what? I'm a big Mickey Mouse fan. Like, just go ahead and fix it. So if that's the case, that's excusable. I understand that.
I thought it was Mario hands.
Like in a glove?
Yeah.
Mario doesn't have hands. He lost them in the war.
Does anybody know what they actually are? Has he ever explained it?
I don't know. At a couple weigh-ins, he like did like thumbs up.
He did the thumbs up?
Yeah, but his hands don't look like Mickey Mouse's
No,
hands.
I know.
No,
This is like when you're on your Mac and you're trying to click a hyperlink and it changes to the glove.
What does the middle say? North sides?
It says north side.
I thought it said North Sider.
No, there's no R there. It's just a DES.
North sides.
An AI search is saying.
Wait, is it North Side with is that a musical note?
I think it's
that's
just North Sides, right?
Scribble.
Or Siders. It's saying, well, Hill has mentioned that the piece holds a specific personal meaning related to his hometown. He prefers to keep it private, so he actually has not actually.
No, it means
spoken
something,
about
bro.
It's a great point.
That's my list.
Okay, sweet. All right, that was a great list, Frank. That was one of your best.
I have to break the fourth wall. That was Jack. Jack provided these.
Made the whole list?
Look, it was a collaborative effort, but
For fuck's sake, Frank.
Frank, I'd rather use AI than the intern.
I'm not going to
bro.
sit here and be like, yeah, I did that list. That was all me.
Artificial intern. That's what you use.
Jack, how much of that list did you do?
They're a resource for us to use.
I think I had an honorable mention in there too. So there was 6, but
List only goes to 5.
We do honorable mentions at the end of. Have you watched the show before?
That's why we got Darren Elkinson, huh? You didn't read anything. All right, my number 5.
Alan Bletcher.
I tried to shake it up a little bit, go with a couple of amateur mixed martial artists, and I'm going to start there. Adrian Perez with his King of the Cage tattoo on his forehead.
Lord.
There he is, the lunatic. Adrian Perez, he is completely tatted up. Went 2-12 during his career, but despite that, he got flames all over his face and then a King of the Cage on his forehead.
Lord.
Unfortunately, at 2-12, he can no longer be described as king of the cage, but his forehead says otherwise.
Wow.
It's tough for Adrian Perez. It's tough. 2-12 for old AP. My number 4, another amateur fighter, Melvin Costa, and his combo of tattoos that are just unbelievably bad. You can see he's tatted up there. He's got the Nazi symbol with a swastika on his chest.
Christ.
But the real worst one, actually, they're all
there's worse than that?
They're all terrible. On his stomach, he has tattooed, "I have a small penis."
Not worse, just for the record, not worse.
Christ, this guy's real?
This guy's a real man who went 8-7 as a mixed martial artist.
And he's a white supremacist and
white supremacist with a small penis.
I mean, I guess that's
Don't
what it
those
would
go
be.
hand in hand?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, man.
They get bad, man. They get bad.
That's so dark. That's not even worst tattoo. That's like worst. He's on the worst human list.
Yeah, he's also got a tattoo on his his skull, just completely like the whole
Right.
back of his head taken up. So yeah, shout
All
out
right,
to
shout out to this guy.
8-7.
shout out to him.
Yeah, no, anti-shout out to this guy.
I think 2013 was the last time he fought, so we're still awaiting the return of old MC. Maybe an Iowan Lion in Iowa. We can have Liam.
I hope not.
Go against.
I hope this guy's far away from the sport.
Number 3, it is Frank's. Number 2, Alan Belcher and the Johnny
He
Cash.
had Alan Bletcher.
Alan Bletcher.
Yeah, I mean, also just to be like completely bare other than that is just insane. Like, it'd be one thing if this was mixed in with a bunch of other tattoos, but it's just so bad. And then to Frankie's point, like, it looks like a guy wearing a mask of Johnny Cash. Like, this right here, it's not Johnny Cash. That's not Johnny Cash. I mean, look, it's just.
Is that from Sherdog? I used to see these all the time.
Shot a man in Reno.
Yeah.
Wore his face on top of mine.
Shout out to Alan Belcher. Shout out to.
Do you think he was like a bigger guy at some point when he got the tattoo and he shrunk down and
No.
just like
I think it's just bad tattoo
just
work.
bad? I'm trying to help Alan Bletcher out.
It's bad, man.
No, it's giving Dwight from The Office with the Hannibal mask.
Yeah. It's so bad. It's so bad. And like, again, I just can't get over the that being the only tattoo you have.
And I think still it's like one. He has a few more, but they're not like he doesn't have like a sleeve or anything. Like that is still prominent. Like there.
Sleeve. My number 2 is Frank's number 1. It's Jamal on the thumbs up. It's tough, dude. It's tough. Like, yeah, there it is. I've even seen people.
Who made this Photoshop? Did you make this?
No, someone online made it. I've even seen like tattoo artists come in and not only is the design pretty terrible, like the tattoo itself is also.
Oh, they were looking at
objectively
Jamal's tattoos.
bad.
Like a tattoo artist.
Yeah, there's a bunch of videos of tattoo artists looking at UFC fighters.
Oh, okay.
Tattoos. Like Sean Brady gets like a ton of praise for his.
fuck.
Charles Oliveira gets a lot of praise.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, they're like, yeah, not only does it like, is it just like dumb, like it also, the tattoo itself just isn't good.
Yeah.
And then number 1, Frank actually showed me this one a couple of weeks ago. It's Cody Sattler, another amateur mixed martial artist with
Oh no! Oh no!
Real quick though, I'm sorry. The interns actually brought this to my attention, and then I showed you about it. I just didn't want to take credit for them.
Jesus Christ, man! Is
Do you have any
everything say
original
from the
ideas?
Interns, my God. Main question here: what are the headphones plugged into? What are we plugging the
You know
headphones
exactly
into?
what they're plugged into.
What the fuck? He has headphones. Why does he?
It's like that's one where the tattoo artist has to be like, I can't let you do this, man.
But what's the like? It's not.
I can't let you do this.
It's not even like headphones on his ears, right?
Just
Like
loves
it's not even
music.
like. Yeah, but if you love music, what are your headphones around your neck?
How
doing
big
for
is
you?
the headband that the headphone cups go all the
It's
way
true.
down your chest?
It's true. Those are long ass headphones.
The tattoo on his arm like looks like it's actually pretty cool. Like it looks like he's got a nice sleeve. And then he was just like, yo, just fuck my shit up, man.
And not to be the audio guy, but like, how many cables are coming out of the fucking headphones? Like, there's just. Has he ever
Where
seen
are
a
the
pair of
headphones plugged into, Frank?
You know where they're plugged into.
He's new.
He's audio jacked. No.
Yeah.
Hey.
He's listening to
But
there it
And
is.
then are those teeth marks?
Oh Jesus!
Tattooed or there was just
Yeah,
someone
look
bit him?
above the left nipple.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
is
thought you
that
were making a
tattooed
joke
or-
at the plug or something. All right, my turn.
Your turn, brother. Take it away.
I actually don't know which fighters these belong to. I just found the pictures of them and identified how horrible they were.
Okay.
I have no idea. Could be amateurs, could be pros, could be UFC. I have no fucking clue who these came from. My first one is this one. It's just like lazy and shitty.
It's definitely a fighter.
Yeah. These
looks
are.
like someone took magic marker and drew the British.
I agree that it looks like that, but I'm fairly certain that these are tattoos. I looked up like shittiest tattoos, and these came up, and it was that one with like the shitty flag and magic marker, like obviously unoriginal, not a great look. My 4 is this one, and it's like a playing card of some sort, like. Doesn't really like the definition. You can't really see what it is. It's just a little bit amateur. Like the hair is coming off the card itself. It's a W and M. I can't quite make out what that is. Just absolute dog shit. Number 3.
Is the whole fucking list just this one?
Yeah. Because I don't know. I don't know who they are.
Fucking list.
No, this one. Now this one is like. It's like a character.
We don't see anything else. We don't even get any more like perspective on who the fuck it is.
But there's like a head.
But there's like just all Frank's tattoos.
But it's like a head. It's like a head of some sort, and there's like little like fucking Chipotle bag clip art shit happening next to it, like
a plane and a cactus.
A plane and a cactus, some kind of scrawled text.
Okay.
It's just bad. There's also this one. Jeez. This one's just like obviously, like, when you get your first tattoo and you're like, let me write something inspirational on it. I think it says, you got to feel some way. Why not feel unbeatable? I think is what it says. But it's just like, this is like kindergarten nursery rhyme type shit. Like, why would you ever get this? Just low effort, right? And the way the font is written, just bad. And then this is number 1 right here. Just a really bad Muhammad Ali. Just a fucking horrible Muhammad Ali tattoo. I don't even know that I'm sure it's Muhammad Ali. I'm kind of going by the shorts, but I think it's Muhammad Ali. And I found these online, and I could not believe what I was seeing.
I was going to say, fucking bring him in. I was like, I put it together halfway through it. I was like, these are all fucking...
Holy shit, look at that tattoo.
There he is. He still lives and breathes, boys.
Holy fuck.
I put it together.
Now, just so you know, that tattoo is of Muhammad Ali now. That's him in his prime. That's where you're making the mistake.
Oh,
who did the British flag?
You're taking the piss out of 1. You took the piss out of all 5. I have 10 more you could have gone for. But seriously, the top 5? That's insane.
Oscar Willis joins the program here. Who did the British flag, Oscar?
That was a gentleman in Florida. I was homesick, and then I got it done. I went home, and someone went, wow, I didn't know you were a racist now. So that was cool. That went down well.
Oh, man. Oscar, thank you for allowing me to do that bit.
That's quite all right. Just so you know, by the way, when I got that Ali one, it was like 6 hours, and me and the tattooist actually had an argument during it. Literally during the tattoo, he was like, "You're flinching." I was like, "You're fucking stabbing me in the wrist, in the rib." And we went back and forth, and eventually he said, "What do you think?" And I said, "Well, it's there now."
Why does he have the face of like a teenager?
Can't give you the artist's creative process there. I did meet Mr. Ali's widow, and I'd had a few cocktails, and I showed her the tattoo.
And she said, "Well, it's there."
Well, no, actually, she's like, you could have led, a bit softer, because I was like, I have your dead husband on me. And then she was a bit like, what? So that was a bit intense. But she was very nice about it.
Oh, fuck. That
nicer than she should have been.
Okay, I have to say, Rick put that Oscar Willis is joining the show on the rundown, and I was just like, what, why are we having Oscar on? And he was just like, oh, you'll see. I wish he hadn't done that, because like halfway through, I put 2 and 2 together. I was like, are these fucking Oscars tattoos?
Dude, so bad, eh? And they're only going to get more. I'm only going to add to them. It's going to be great.
Which one?
I'm like
do you regret any of them?
Yeah. Yeah, I forget the Ali one so bad. It's huge. I got that. I've got, without going too vulgar, I've got Rockstar with 2 lightning bolts right above my area. I regret that one.
Jesus Christ, that's bad.
Yeah, that
I didn't want to put that one because that one's not out there.
Yeah, those pictures I sent to Eric are not for Eric.
Cost you as in you're with a woman, they see it, and they're like, I can't do this.
Twice. twice on 2 occasions. 2 occasions I brought her home and yeah, she said one of them said, I'll never forget this. She said, I can't sleep with someone who doesn't respect themselves.
Oscar, you've been a very good sport about this. While we have you, White House like experience? Any like quick summary you can say about that?
I thought the ellipse for the weigh-ins was, very cheesy, but very American. And even when the eagle flew in, I have to admit, I was like, yeah, brother. That was cool. The night itself was just so surreal. Like you couldn't quite sort of get away from the fact of where we were. The fights kind of lost a bit of impact because they're outside, but goddamn, the live band, Ilya's walkout had me pumped. So yeah, it was interesting. It was good.
And do you know if all the fighters went to the stage after?
No, only on request. So I think Diego requested to go and O'Malley requested to go. I believe those are the two that were like, I've got to get over there.
Smart.
What a fucking pop. Yeah, well, great idea. That's worth $600,000 in itself, Sean. Well done.
I feel like I haven't asked anyone this. What was the security like to get into the event?
It was actually, to be honest with you, mostly pre-checked. So basically, most of the security was just proving you were who you said you were.
Okay.
So it wasn't too strenuous. They had done like a background check. Basically, I passed. But it was kind of like, it was mostly just like a passport thing, like check your passport, scan it, stuff like that. So it wasn't too bad once you're in.
That's all I got. Oscar, you're a great sport. I love you dearly.
Vegas? We'll see you in Vegas,
We will see you in Vegas.
329? We're coming to your
I'm
hometown.
sober, but I'm going to break it immediately as soon as you arrive. So yeah, it's going to be great.
Oscar Willis runs the Mac Life YouTube channel. They do great stuff over there.
Yeah, that old thing. That old chestnut.
Thank you, Oscar. You're the best.
Oscar, appreciate you, brother, man.
Bye.
Oh, wow. What a great twist.
So I said,
great twist.
I was going to do it without telling Oscar, but I felt too guilty. And I was like, because I knew he would find it funny, but I didn't want him to like find out like,
As
somebody
we were bringing
sends
him
it to
on.
him and then I bring it up. So I called him about it this morning. And the conceit that I told him was like, we're going to do like a surprise reveal. I wanted him to come shit on me. Like I wanted him to like really just lay into me. But he's my friend.
That was fantastic.
It was great.
What a twist in that list. That was top tier. That was a fantastic reveal.
He does have some horrendous one. But what's funny is I do feel like as the collage of it all together, he has some funny stories to be able to tell about it.
And the willingness to play on yourself and kind of shit on yourself for the tattoos and being like, oh yeah, I regret that. I wish I had not done that, but I have it. So what are you gonna do? All timer. Shout out to Oscar Willis. A couple honorable mentions.
Yes.
Here the Darren Till cover up. It's got to be.
Yeah,
it's got to be listed. It was his wife. It was his girlfriend at the time, and then he tried to cover it up with the gorilla.
Yep.
All time bad. Joe Riggs, Diesel across the across the stomach.
Yes.
All time bad. Cody Garbrandt had sick tattoos, and then he got the sword
he did
through
do the face.
eye. All time bad. And then Josh, the dentist, near.
What does he have? A big near, right?
Tramp stamp near. It's right above his waistline on his back. So yeah, shout out to the dentist. Not a great nickname.
I got a good one.
No, the dentist is a good nickname. It was a good one back in Dentist was like nice back in the day because he would like take your teeth.
Okay.
It was all right.
It's all right.
I got a good one here.
Yeah.
We got Robbie Barrett, boxer. He has a tattoo commemorating Pacquiao versus Marquez.
Oh man. What the fuck? The Pacquiao placement.
The nip is
Jesus Christ.
Tough, dude. First of all, like it looks like two AI figures, and then you got Pacquiao's fucking meat out with his nipple. It's bad.
Marquez too. Yeah, the placement's terrible.
Josh, have you seen the guy who got the Sabu tattoo recently?
I have seen that picture, yes.
That's either the greatest tattoo ever or the absolute worst. Which camp do you fall in?
I'm with it's the absolute best.
Oh God.
Absolutely.
Jordan, see if we can grab that while we're doing picks and stuff. But that one's a rough one. You're either gonna love it or you're gonna hate it.
Yeah, and I will say Oscar seems like a great guy, but the tattoos he got, it certainly seems like he was on Ink Master like a lot of different times, and he kept having like the students come.
You know what he was on? There was I think it was MTV show where they'd put each other up for a dare and they'd like tattoo each other but not tell each other what it was gonna be or some shit like that. And he looks like he got pranked by somebody, but he's my friend. He's a great dude.
All time. Shout out to Oscar Willis. Shout out to all the tattoos in the MMA sphere. Let's do prediction, pals.
Yes.
You mentioned it. We're off to a rough start here, boys. 0-2. 0-2. I feel like, we give a few to land one. You know what I'm saying? Every time we take a few to give one.
Who's we? You talking about Frank?
There's no excuse.
What happened to your boy, man? He didn't want to bite his... God, he took the biggest favorite, too.
Biggest favorite.
Fuck, man.
Honestly, just wanted to phone this one in, and I guess so did Andrea.
Was that the same thing as the White House card? Did I have the biggest favorite in Ilya, I think?
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
Maybe we should go for the dogs.
If we do that, it's going to go bad. Let's just stick to the game plan. We will be back. We will
We got
rise.
this. We got
I've already gotten Pete's pick. He is going to Barclays Center. He's going to the World of Boxing. He's taking Jaron Boots Ennis to defeat Xander Zayas on Saturday evening. Frankie, what do you got, brother?
Oh, we were doing one this week. I thought maybe because I fucked it up. I went with Donchenko.
Donchenko, which one?
Daniil.
Daniil Donchenko. Good pick. Rick, what do you got, man?
I'll go with Ruzabayev.
I am going to go main event.
Okay.
Fiziev. Torres.
Yep.
Does not go the distance.
Oh.
What?
Yeah,
I like
that's what I'm going to take. So no on the distance there. Yeah. All right, plus 170. We can't get back in the green this week, but we'll be all right. And then my one trade for the week, main event, Rafael Fiziev to win. I like the vet status.
I like it.
50-50. I think it's closer to 55-45, 60-40. Making my own out here. We got this tattoo, the Sabu tattoo.
It's a tribute to the late Sabu, who was known as the homicidal, suicidal, genocidal Sabu. He was like the death-defying maniac. Like this was like, Josh, you know who coined that or how that came to be?
It was more like commentary.
Yeah.
It was kind of just said a lot, and then it just ended up being coined.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy looks like an older gentleman, but it's definitely safe to say he's gonna have some hoodies in the closet.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like
that's a statement piece.
Only so many people know who Sabu is, and like when you walk out and like you're talking to someone who does not give a fuck about wrestling, it's like cool tattoo, man.
Also, I don't know if the tattoo had just been done in that photo, but it does look like someone just like cut his head open to make that tattoo. So someone randomly seeing it doesn't know who Sabu is, maybe thinks that guy got stabbed.
Well, then he can teach him about Sabu, The
generational homicidal Sabu.
Yeah.
Shout out. Frankie, we got any voicemails, brother?
One or two, I think.
Okay.
If I didn't put Oscar Willis on the rundown.
Hey y'all, it's on the van. We got McCap and Gucci at the Apex. Freedom 250 at the Apex with my dad in the van. Life is good today. Life is good today.
We're now getting Zach Brown impersonators. I don't even know what the fuck he said.
Is it just drunk dialers at this point?
I don't know what he said. Did he say the Apex?
At the Apex.
It's at Baku this week.
No, because Frank is kind of getting lazy was the word I was going to say. What I meant was Frank is getting like he's taking his eye off the ball in terms of like diligence about the voicemails.
Okay.
And so that might be from last week. Who knows?
Okay, so Frank is just a complete fuck up and utter failure.
I mean, if the interns want to do it.
Life is good today. I like the oomph in it. I like
okay,
that. I like
this is what I was going to ask. If Oscar Willis's name was not on the sheet, would you have picked up on it, or would
No. I would not have known. But like I started doing the math in my head halfway through. I was like, Oscar's supposed to be joining around now. Why are we supposed to have him on? And then like the fact that it was just cropped, and then like I did the British flag, and then there was another one, and then like I was like, oh, this has to be Oscar Willis.
That was good.
Beep.
Yay, UFC 329. Tom's got lost. Gaethje won.
328. White House.
What's going on this year?
It's a crazy year.
Yeah, we're going to find out. Imagine Conor McGregor wins a UFC 329 and Ian Gary wins at 330.
Hey, it's Carlos.
What's up, Carlos?
And whatever. I got nothing. But I just saw our boy Liam knock his opponent out tonight.
Fuck
hell yeah.
And I'm hyped to the motherfucker.
Yeah, Carlos.
Fuck yeah, Carlos.
Super happy for you, Liam. Super happy for the boys in the back with the little sponsorship patches and shit.
Yeah.
Woo!
Let's go, Carlos. Shout out, Liam.
I feel like that energy came out of nowhere for Carlos.
Hey, yo, what's up, fellas? It's Stinky Link from Pittsburgh here.
Stinky Link.
What's up,
I just had a
Stinky
quick
Link?
question for Frank. Have you heard Rubbers by Phoenix Flexing yet? And if so, what are your thoughts on the song, but also kind of the controversy surrounding it? Some people are saying it's AI. Some people are saying it's not. Some people say, who gives a fuck? Like, what's your take on it? Anyways, peace out, fellas. Oh,
I love how that was a seemingly somewhat serious question towards Frank, and Frank's just like, woo, during it. So, Frank, the answer,
Frank,
please.
the answer?
Go
I
ahead.
actually didn't hear it.
Yeah, no shit. You played a fucking
Yeah,
drop.
go ahead, you jackass.
Hey, yo, what's up, fellas? It's Stinky Link from Pittsburgh here.
What's up,
I
Stinky
just
Link?
had a quick question for Frank. Have you heard Rubbers by Phoenix Flexing yet? And if so, what are your thoughts on the...
No, I'm not familiar with that. Link me.
Stinky.
Yo,
Send me the
boys in the
stinky
back.
link.
It's Jimmer.
Jim.
Yep.
Just got a question for GC this week.
Shoot, brother.
The high is starting to wear off, GC, from the Knicks winning the title. So I just got a question for you. When, not if, when the Knicks win their back-to-back championship next year, is that second one going to feel better, or is the first one going to be the peak moment for me? You know, you obviously have experience with Georgia, so just, let me know, man.
Yeah, know a
deuces,
thing or
love
two
you guys.
about going back to back. Here's what I'll say. The first one is always going to be the best one because you really can't believe it. You can't believe your eyes that you're actually seeing your team that you watched your entire life win a championship. Back to back, we've got our titles now. But leading up to that, there was many a heartbreaks, 41 years without a championship, losing in the Natty, second and 26. Coming 4 yards short in the SEC championship in 2012. Alabama went on to absolutely smack Notre Dame. 2007, we finished third in the AP poll. Would have won the Natty that year as well. I mean, just countless heartbreaks. So to finally see the confetti fall in person was like, you'll never be able to recreate that. And also the second one, we went 15-0 and then we beat TCU fucking 66-7. So it was just like, we're so fucking good. We're never going to lose again. This is unbelievable. The game before that was actually the most special, the Peach Bowl, which I was also at. I mean, the only two games I've been to for Georgia in the last 5 years have been like the most historic games in program history. The second one did not feel nearly as good. It still felt good. What I'll say is the pain of losing in the SEC championship in 2023 to get denied the three-peat, the opportunity at the three-peat. This was the year before they expanded the playoff. So we got denied the opportunity at the three-peat after going 12-0 and then losing by 3 to Bama. The pain of realizing we weren't going to three-peat hurt far worse than the second one felt good. So that's what I'll say, because the three-peat is just so fucking historic. No one does it in college football ever. We were that close. We went 12-0 in the regular season. So, ever since then, I'm just kind of like, whatever happens, happens, It's all good.
Yo, boys in the back.
What's up, bro?
It's Jesse.
Jesse!
Connor, I called and asked about the Jimmer pronunciation, and I could tell you I smelled that shit 958 miles away over here in St. Louis. My brother lives in Cairo, Georgia. Shout out Syrup Makers.
Shout out. What's that, 478?
And for some reason, when you hit the gym, I feel like you belong right down in Cairo, Georgia. So that was the reason for the question. Anyway, boys, if Doc Brown rolls up in the DeLorean and he says, I got 2 tickets to any combat sporting event, where are we going? We could go to Habib McGregor. We could go to Rumble in the Jungle, Fight of the Century. We could go to Pride Shockwave. I know myself, I probably have to take it all the way back to November 1993, when I was about 7 months old, and go to UFC #1 to see Royce Gracie destroy all these monsters. Anyway, let me know what you think. Shout out Filthy Frank. Shout out New York Rick Medoff. Shout out GC. Shout out the whole crew, Andy Jordan. Peace out.
Woo!
Shout out to Cairo, Georgia as well. Not 478-229 area code.
How many area codes in Georgia?
In the whole state? Many. I mean, Georgia's like the 10th biggest state in the country. It's fucking huge.
Okay, so a few.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's several. I mean, there's also 3 just in Atlanta alone. What event would I go back to? DeLorean. I'm thinking. Stick with me here. I'm thinking October 2021, Lat Dumont Apex.
Stop.
No, in all seriousness, probably Habib Connor, just to witness the spectacle of how fucking crazy that was. And then probably Rumble in the Jungle would be pretty insane as well.
I think it would be a big time boxing match for me. It would be one of those historic.
Go to Zaire back in the day.
Fucking Ali.
Go to MSG back in the 70s where the dude's wearing the fur coat and he's a mobster and he got caught because he was being too flashy. Just give me a classic fight. I would go 229, Habib Connor, and then a big time boxing match.
By the way, Georgia 10 area codes.
Okay. Maybe Mike Tyson, Buster Douglas?
No.
That'd be crazy.
Nah, go to
because if
Tyson.
I was doing that and I'm going back in the DeLorean, I'm betting on Buster.
Betting on Buster?
Yeah, I got Buster.
No, but if you do that, time changes. You can't mess with stuff like that.
Any future fights?
Elon Musk versus
at the Coliseum.
Zuckerberg.
Holy shit! California has 38 area codes.
Hey. Go ahead, Frank.
Boys in the back, it's Gorgonzola across about back in China, in Philadelphia now. Quick question. GC, seems like you're Tim Robinson. I think you should leave fan. Curious, maybe your top 3, I think you should leave sketches. Thanks. Bye.
Fuck. God, you're catching me off guard with this one. Am a huge fan. I've obviously seen every single episode several times. I mean, the opening skit where he's at the job interview and he's like, all right, I'm going to head out of here. And he pulls the push door, but he doesn't want to embarrass himself in front of the interviewer. So he refuses to push it. And like the music and like, that's how you start the show. And he starts like, his fucking veins start going crazy. He starts fucking drooling. And the guy's just like, I think it's a push. He's like, no, it's definitely a pull. He's just like, face gets all red and he breaks the door. Is an all-timer. The Dan Flash's sketch is so good. Like it's so good. The one where he wears the hat and they're like talking about how dumb his hat is, and he's just like, what the hell?
The fedora with the safari flaps.
Yeah, the fedora with the safari flaps. To this day, me and my boys, anytime like we get any sort of meat at a restaurant, like we act like we're gonna pour the water on, and we're just like, slop them up. The sloppy steaks, where he's like, no, I used to be a piece of shit, and like his whole thing was pouring water on steaks. Obviously, the drive-through one: 55 burgers, 55 fries, 55 pizzas, 55 coffees.
Doggy door.
Yeah, dude. There's
focus group.
Oh yeah, with the fucking guy,
the old man.
Gotta throw in him in The Bachelor when he's just here for the zip line.
Yeah,
in the
I'm
back.
just here for the zip line. the one where he gets pissed because they interrupt his lunch break with a meeting, so he puts the hot dog in his sleeve and then he accidentally sucks up the hot dog and chokes on it, and they have to give him the Heimlich, and he like throws up all over himself, and he's just like, he can't schedule meetings during a lunch break. There's so many.
It's a great show.
It's such a good show to be a barometer of like, will I enjoy hanging out with you? If I put that on and you like get like all like, this is so dumb, why are we watching that? We're probably not gonna vibe that hard. But if we put that on and you also laugh, like it
is just the most quotable show ever. If you find a good group of guys that have all seen it and are willing to watch it, like you said, You just quote it nonstop. It is the best show.
It's so good. What's the
Chappelle Show is still the number one.
Chappelle's all time.
Quotable.
I have that one on.
It's Always
DVD.
Sunny too. It's always
sunny all the time. Any show that is just like that takes itself so unseriously that it's like dangerously dumb that like any mature human being would just be like, "What is this garbage that I'm watching?" That means it's for me. Like I love Smiling Friends. It's not actually. Yeah, it is just as dumb. Smiling Friends is dumb. Rick and Morty is dumb. Always Sunny. Obviously South Park. Just any of those shows, I'm all in on.
So 24-inch Dubs here, minding my own business, and I see that during your great victory parade for the Knicks, a resident of New York City dumps trash out of a trash can, stole the trash can, walked it to the subway, and took it home with her. Then they found out that this lady was an executive at JP Morgan, and she got fired. What a city New York is. New York.
Thank you.
If you win another championship in 50 years, don't steal trash cans again, please. I don't know what kind of crack pipes you're going to find in them.
Wow.
Stay.
That's
stay
out
the
of
dump
bounds.
You already
Come on,
are, okay,
24
New York. Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.
I have a hot take.
Go ahead.
Who gives a fuck about
really
stealing
is
the
a
trash
fucking
can?
Okay.
I do think leaving the mess was a little whatever.
Yeah, I don't even care about that much.
Of course you don't.
They were setting themselves up to get those trash cans stolen by
1000%.
being like, it's exclusive, limited edition. There's only 15 being made. Knicks championship trash cans. And trusting the people of New York City to not steal them. It was anarchy when the Knicks won. It was going to be anarchy at the parade. You knew those were going to get stolen. Like, also,
That's a 100% Denzel Washington. I'm leaving here with something moment. He's people taking shit.
By the way, you see far worse on the day-to-day in New York City. That was
not even like.
That is nothing.
I saw the video of that like a week ago or whenever, and I was like, huh. And then now there's this whole fucking thing about like she worked at JP Morgan. I'm like, who gives a fuck? Like, I get why JP Morgan might be like, it's not a great look for us, but like that was not that. Who gives a shit?
I will also say people being like, wow, they look so stupid now. You can buy them online for $163. Can't buy it online for $163. That's like the mini house waste bins. It's not the full-size trash can.
It is the full-size trash.
No. The 163 is not. I'm telling you. It's like
no.
Dude,
it's a mini trash can. If you go on the website, it fits under a desk.
Yes. It's an at-home waste basket.
Basket
No.
is what they're
I
calling
think you have this wrong.
No, I promise you. I promise you. Brother. It's a normal size trash can, dude.
Okay.
I mean, it's a mini size waste basket. $163 for a steel
Oh, you're
wire
right.
trash
Okay.
can?
Okay.
Also, it's from Only NY, which like upcharges everything. I got the pen holder. Shout out. Yeah, we see worse on the day to day. It's not that big of a deal. It is what it is. I was walking to work the other day, and there was a dude just sprawled out in the middle of the sidewalk, and like he looked like he wasn't breathing, and I was like, I like looked around. I was like, what's going on with this guy? And some guy was like, he's just playing dead. I was like, what do you mean like it looks like he's not breathing, he's not moving at all? And I like,
He's like, nah, I stabbed him a couple times.
They were like,
he's playing.
They were like, look, man, like the ambulances are on the way, but like he's fine, okay? Like he's fine. I was just like, all right. And like New Yorkers they just split, just like a wave just to go around some guy literally just like on the ground. So yeah, someone dumping out a trash can is not.
Yeah, don't care.
Stick to Boston, all right? 24-inch Dubs.
Yeah.
Stick to the suburbs of Boston, okay?
Beep. Yo, this is the Gator again calling in.
What's up,
I
Gator?
called in kind of late, or I guess earlier in the week.
Which one was it, man?
Now there were no full replays on Paramount, especially with the UFC White House card. It's ridiculous that it's not there. But this is not a complaining call. I'm not sure if even Frank played the other one, but this is. I just was listening to last week's episode about the landline. Yeah. Just wanted to call him and say pro landline. I don't have one. I don't think I've ever had one. I'm 28 years old, and I maybe used my parents a few times, but was trying to work out during that segment. Couldn't start doing pull-ups because you guys kept making me laugh so hard. But pro landline, GC get a landline.
Need one.
Maybe take calls on that during the show.
Need a landline.
Just wanted to call in. Very pro landline, and have a good day.
Pro landline. He has no landline.
Is that the landline caller?
No, I don't think so.
We need to get to the bottom of the landline caller.
We do need to investigate. Yeah.
The guy hung up definitely from a landline. I do agree with you. Being pro landline while having never owned a landline is crazy. I grew up on landlines. Obviously, I think we all did on this program. I still remember the phone number right now, 770-663-3867. Dial that one up. Obviously, my parents don't own it anymore, so I feel bad for whoever's getting calls from that. But yeah, I mean, the integrity with you couldn't go too far with the wire, and it was a whole thing. Mounted on the wall. Now it kind of feels like the bat phone if you have a landline. It's like, yo, the landline's ringing. Let's pick it up. So yeah, I'm pro landline. I'm going to look into that.
Okay, as you look into that, last week when we were talking about this, I had something to say, but then Frankie hit the next voicemail as he's about to do right now and try and cut me off. He was talking about these landlines that you can get for like $12 or whatever the fuck he's talking about. I would like for Frank to confirm whether those are VoIP.
Show you the fucking bill right now.
I want to say
you have a landline, Frank.
They're VoIP or they're actual
They're
plug.
actual VoIP. What are you, a fucking boomer? It's called VoIP.
You have a landline, Frankie?
I don't have a landline. Okay, all right. Because
I want to
these
be
accusations
sure.
can't stand. I happened to spend some time at a New York recording studio. Lower Manhattan.
On campus at this fucking studio.
That's why I don't talk about it.
Whoa.
And we have a few landlines that I have to pay the bill for.
Landlines, but
they're not VoIP. Well, that was a whole conversation we had. I was like, we could save some money if we went to VoIP.
You
I'm gonna pull up the
Frank?
fucking bill.
You double dipping? Do you
more like a
approach them and you're just like, yeah, so like I have to do some like this part-time work over at the studio.
I just don't pick up my phone.
Yeah. You double dipping?
I'm skeptical, Frank. I'm skeptical.
I'm not surprised. You also thought that you could
prices-
buy a giant New York City trash can for $136 online.
163, you
168,
dyslexic motherfucker.
I do have dyslexia.
Also, those things aren't related.
I think I'm going to be
answer is
moving.
let me down.
I think I'm going to be moving to a different apartment soon, and every apartment I tour, I'm going to be like,
You have a landline?
I'm looking around here. I see the Ethernet. I'm not seeing a landline port here. Where am I going to be able to put my phone at?
You call it Ethernet. It should be. I see the RJ45 jack. I'm looking for the RJ11 jack for the landline.
Is that actually the difference?
Yeah, exactly.
God, that would sound fucking.
Ethernet's a protocol. It's not like.
Yeah. I'm gonna hit them with like a. So I'm looking for the RJ15.
These twisted pair here,
Is
huh?
that-
You got a phone block around here? 100 pair?
Oh, you guys don't have the RJ11 for my landline? Well, listen, thanks so much. I appreciate everything, but I'm gonna have to go elsewhere. Thanks.
No, just tell them, take your little punch down tool over to the box and get me wired up.
Yo, holy shit! I can't wait to get a landline and like force my friends to be like, "You want to make plans? Call me on the old double L. Call me on the landline, bro."
Frank, I need confirmation.
I'm working on it.
Yeah,
I don't care how much it
Hey
costs.
guys,
Actually,
it's Lucas from Buffalo. I just had a quick question
What's
for
up,
you.
brother?
On Action Bronson's new album, Planet Frog,
Yep.
he has a song called Iguana, and in it he says, and I quote, "I'm from Flushing, motherfucking Queens, and I've never played Magic." I feel like that's a direct shot at Rick. Just wanted to hear your guys' opinion on that.
Wait a minute.
Talk to you later.
I actually agree. Let's see.
I hope it's not.
My Notice has an Acura Integra. Shout out. When we were with Action Bronson, we were like, "What car are you thinking about getting?" And he's like, "A 2004 Jeep Grand Cherokee with 187,000 miles on it." That is the same one that's wrestled like Abdul Manap Nurmagomedov was coaching. Drive the 98 range in the ocean. Do a black backflip, letting the brat dat rip. I'm getting to the point about I'm getting to that point.
About
Blackjack jersey matching shorts, Orlando Magic. I'm from Flushing motherfucking Queens, and I've never played Magic. No, that's the other part of it.
I don't know.
I'm looking
Definitely
at
not about me.
Genius.com. Shout out to Genius.com, which tells you some background on the lyrics. It says you can click on I've never played Magic. It says could be a reference to the trading card game Magic the Gathering. Definitely a reference and a shot at New York Rick, though.
I don't think I'm important enough to Action Bronson for that to be a shot, but
I think it is.
I think Action can. I'll show Action the magic of magic.
I mean, just reading this is just like, it's like a,
yeah,
it's just like an homage to just life.
It's the best.
Just like, now I'm at the Waldorf, Nikolai Volkov, turn your head and cough. I'll kick you in the balls till they fall off. When I get home, expect a big bowl of Jollof. I've been mistaken for Mo Vaughn before. I just let that roll off. Mo Vaughn being the giant black dude that plays baseball, very not Action Bronson-esque, is so good.
He's incredible.
Rolls-Royce engine in the old Porsche, 969 with the body kit, mash the pedal, wearing atomics. Tell your shorty her punani stings. Hit the diner for some Johnny cakes. None of this even rhymes.
You gotta have the
listen to Sizzla Kalanji tapes from 08. Smash the motherfucking bottle over your head, Moe.
By the way, not the first time that Bronson referenced Mo Vaughn. He said he swing the Beamer lefty like Mo Vaughn back in 2013. And then on White Bronco, he said, all these women calling me Tay Diggs. So I think
shout out.
Also,
he's being confused.
He has White Bronco, and then he says, you cowards want to role play? You be Nicole, I'll be OJ.
Oh, wow.
Jesus, Action.
That's too spicy.
Shout out to Action Bronson.
Man, I got to run that back again.
Living legend.
I got to run that back again.
We're going, right?
We're going.
Yo, yes. I'm serious about that. What is it, August 20th or something?
It's the July one.
Okay.
All right, we'll be there.
Either way, I'm in, bro.
We're going to see
Either way,
action
I'm
for sure.
fucking in.
Yo, what up, boys? It is Jimmy. Don't call me James from
What's up, James?
Pennsylvania. Fuck, this place sucks. Originally from New Jersey, New York area. Let's go.
Let's
Quick
go.
one for you guys, real fast, in and out, just how I like it. Maybe this one's just for Connor, because, you know, Rick's all married and shit, and Frank is, well, you know. But Connor, I know your lonely ass can answer this one. Who's your first female fighting crush? Come on, baby. I know you got me. Second one so everyone can be involved. What is your favorite female fight of all time? Thanks, boys. Love ya. I'm out. Oh.
Favorite female fight of all time?
Easy.
Probably Joanna and
Zhang. That should be everybody's like favorite fight of all time.
Such
It's
a
just
good-
unbelievable.
Yeah, you don't even need to add the female in there. Just like one of the greatest fights, period,
I know,
ever
right?
happened.
Frank knows.
Alexa Grasso finishing Macy Barber was pretty incredible.
That was a great one.
One day, and that day is not today, stories will come out about that fight and what went on during it in the stands of the Climate Pledge Arena. Not today. No, not today, but stories, lore, legends will come out about that legendary finish that Alexa Grasso. When the time is right, when I am ready, stories will come out about that an unbelievable finish that Alexa Grasso, one of the greatest finishes in mixed martial arts history, they're saying, will come out about that, but not today. Not today.
What's the crack, boys? It's me, Brendan, the traveler, Alan. Just calling to say how proud I am of me Irish and Brazilian brother, Ian, for finally getting his due shot for the title. He'll put a wallop on the bastard and blow the roof off the gaff. I'm sure of it. I'll also be representing the Emerald Isle in my next bout. My third cousin hails from Dublin, so I thought it's best to fly the Irish flag. Also, big shout out to my fellow countryman Conor McGregor on his comeback, and the GOAT Katie Taylor for selling 80,000 tickets in her retirement fight. Love the show, boys. Keep taking the hits, and let's go Ireland.
Let's go.
Oh, that was great.
Shout out to Brendan Allen.
Brendan
man.
Allen,
We really
thanks for
appreciate you calling in. Yeah, I mean, you heard it here first. Brendan Allen goes from representing America to representing Canada to representing Brazil in his most recent fight against Edmund Shabazian to now in a fight that we don't know when it will be happening, but he will be representing the Emerald Isle. That is big news here on the program. Thank you for that one, Brendan Allen.
And he changed his nickname to the Traveler.
Yeah. No longer All In. He is now Brendan the Traveler Allen. Yeah. She sold out 80,000. That was so good.
That was fantastic.
That was fucking good.
We didn't talk about the guy before with the Pennsylvania slander, Josh. How'd you feel about that?
You say Pennsylvania or Transylvania?
No, Pennsylvania.
City?
I thought he was talking about the movie Hotel Transylvania.
All right, I guess he did say Transylvania.
I'm stuck in an animated film. This place sucks. I'm originally from New Jersey. What fighters you guys crushing on? Who's to check? Valiana Viana? Who's to check?
Valiana Viana's a good one. I feel like you had something to say there.
Boys, this is the girlfriend from Perth that you just played on your YouTube channel. Yeah, I have to listen to it for a fucking hour. But like I said, I have connections in the background. So UFC, let's fucking push, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, we are.
She's saying she's the girlfriend of a listener.
Some guy called last week, and I thought there was a girlfriend in the background.
There was. That was her. And she was like, oh, yeah, I have to listen to this bullshit for an hour. Yeah. Okay.
Damn.
Yeah. Girlfriends.
They hate us.
Hate us, man.
We love them, though. Thank you for calling.
Yes, we do. We love and appreciate all the support. You know, normally, like, when guys are, like, really cool and everything like that, you know, desirable men, it's girls hanging out with them and the boyfriends hating them. We're the opposite.
We're the opposite.
It's actually other men listening to us speak and the girlfriends being forced to listen to it too and being like, I fucking hate these guys. There's nothing funnier than the girlfriend taking a picture of us with a listener and then her just being like, oh, so like, it's you guys. Okay, yep, there we go.
Or
real talk though.
Or when I'm like, get in this picture to the girlfriend, she's like, no, I don't care about this.
I'm one of your biggest haters.
Would you guys in any relationship ever be like, do I have to keep listening to this bullshit? Is that the kind of...
I make fun of Holly for the shit she watches. I would never...
You wouldn't be in the background and be like, are you really fucking doing this right now?
No, because I wouldn't... She could never subject me to it. I would never willfully sit through it. I would be gone. There's no way.
For my wife, I got her the bone conducting headphones so she can listen to her podcast and still stay alert to my needs.
Oh, wow, okay.
Jeez, Frank.
I don't even know what that means. There is a world...
They don't go in the ear, so the ears are not plugged, so she can
okay.
hear him moaning and whining about shit.
There is a world where Kourtney Kardashian has been forced to listen to us and hates our guts.
Yeah, Travis Barker.
That's better than nothing. That's better than not being known at all.
Boys, this is Hammer Parcel from Brisbane, Australia. And I wrote this question down so I don't mess it up.
Yes.
So here we go.
Okay.
How crucial it is for Ilya Toporia's legacy and fame to get that win back against Justin Gaethje, considering comparing to Conor McGregor fame, he did get that win back against Nate Diaz.
Sure.
Knowing that Justin Gaethje might retire or that rematch might never happen. Shout out to you and everyone in the control room.
Shout out to you.
So much I did mess it up.
No, you didn't.
But thank you so much for all your work. And you have a lovely day. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you for the call, brother. You
did well.
You have a lovely day. You crushed that one. Yeah. I don't think it's something that he has to do, that like his career will be completely distraught and meaningless without it. But, you know, I don't think it would hurt for him to avenge that loss. I think it would be nice, especially if that's how he gets the belt back.
There's multiple ways to do it, to your point. Like, I don't think it like ruins him, right? Conor did do that with the Nate Diaz fight, but think about Volkanovski, right? Volkanovski loses and then wins against completely other people and bounces back, and everybody's like, holy shit, Volk's back on top. Like, you can do it without it, but it is better for the legacy for sure to avenge it.
You guys like porridge?
That was the whole thing?
That was the whole thing. Is he saying porridge?
I think he's saying
Play it
porridge.
again?
Yeah, I do like porridge. But like oatmeal?
You guys like porridge?
Yeah, porridge.
Tough week.
You like jazz?
Tough week for the voicemails.
You guys like porridge? You guys like porridge? 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 Porridge?
DJ Frank is
Porridge.
back.
Yeah, I do enjoy porridge, yeah. It's not bad.
He does say it
I
weird,
don't
right?
seek
How do I say
out.
it? Porridge?
I think he's
oh,
making
I guess
a
I say it like him.
to fucking Snatch.
You like Dags?
Oh, okay.
Because it's like, save your breath for cooling your porridge.
Oh, okay.
You like Dags?
Porridge?
That's the last one.
Yeah, I don't mind porridge. I mean,
I'm a grits guy, as we've talked about. I love grits.
Is grits a type of porridge?
I think so.
Yeah, hot
I'd count
cereals.
it. It's like a rice porridge, yeah.
It's oatmeal type of porridge.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. I don't really see
What about chili?
No.
Now we're getting into a great debate.
Should there be a
top 5 porridges
next week?
I feel like that's a direct shot at Rick.
That's a drop now.
No, it's not.
I feel like that's a direct shot at Rick.
Like that's a direct. A porridge is a hot dish made by.
Stay the dump you already are, okay, New York. Have a good one.
Remember when 24-inch Sub said we have crack pipes all over the place?
Yeah. Stay, the dump you are. It sounded like he was singing it. Can we hear that one more time?
Jesus.
Hear it one more time.
Stay the dump you already are. Okay?
What is that?
It's very sing-songy.
Stay. Spit it out. 24-inch Dubs.
Doing octaves.
Porridge is a hot dish made by boiling grains, legumes, or starchy plants in water, milk, or both.
Like I said, chili.
No.
No.
This chili.
Not chili.
Any super chats, Frankie? Thanks to everyone that called in. We really appreciate it. Any super chats?
I don't let the help read these.
Thanks, Frank. Yeah, David Drummond. I'm assuming that's the last part of the name said. And sorry to say, but the Swans got absolutely flogged by the Lions tonight. Go the Adelaide Crows. Much love, Aussie Dave, a.k.a. AD.
Congratulations on your regular season win, man. Go ahead and put a banner up.
Why don't we take a look at the standings?
I'll have you know that we're still second place in the standings.
We're after titles, okay? We're
Crows
not after
fifth.
fucking bullshit. Oh,
Crows 5th. Oof. And the Lions further down even than that.
build a statue.
Fucking Fremantle. Goddamn Fremantle.
Fuck Fremantle.
Yeah, fuck Fremantle.
Let us get a hold of them in the playoffs.
Swans time. Swans era.
I'm not worried about a thing.
Yeah, forget Fremantle. We got this.
All right, Benny Avina says the Iowan Lion is like new era Mighty Mouse.
Shout out to our guy, Liam. I feel like the fans really like connected with Liam
How would
today.
you not, man? He's the GOAT.
Can't read all of this. Oh, sorry. I'm just gonna go ahead. Do you have something, GC?
No, go ahead, brother.
All right, yeah. Benny A. I don't know his last name, so I can't fully pronounce the name, but he says, "Boys of the back, the king of backhanded compliments and being hated by families. I was in the car with my mom listening to y'all do pound for pound cereals when she goes, 'Who are these dumbasses?' Love y'all."
I just love that it's so stupid that there's like real vitriol. We're ranking cereals. And you know what's so crazy about these pound for pounds? I don't even fucking remember doing that
None
one.
of them.
And I had to like create the list and give my reasoning and send in pictures and
I
have
just asked Frank and Andy. I was like, "We did pound for pound cereals?"
That's what the whole pound for pound thing has become is, have we done that yet? I'm waiting, and it's going to happen eventually that we redo one, and the lists are somehow different than the original. Yeah.
We did two like we did one that was like almost Halloween candy, and then we did one that was actually Halloween candy. Like we were skirting the line with that one.
Send in more of your friends and family absolutely hating our guts. I can't get enough of it. I'm not even kidding.
I love
your
it so
mom
much.
being like, "Who the fuck are these dumb idiots? And why are they ranking cereals?" makes my day.
Speaking of when we were talking earlier about like, Holly is listening to something, would you like what would your reaction be? I'm always like walking by and she's watching like some trashy fucking love,
Love
stupid,
Island,
not
some
one of
reality
those. And I'm
reality
just
show.
like, oh, this stupid fucking shit again. That's exactly what we are to every girl.
1,000%. And they like, if you were to run into them in person and there's like a big pop from Holly, you'd be like, "Who?" And it'd be like, "The Love Island people." And you're just like, "Ugh." Yeah, I'll take the picture. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, all right. Yeah, congratulations.
Oh, well, congrats.
Last one here at GC. We got a blind rank for you.
Here we go. All right, I'm not looking.
We have Jaime De La Huse. He didn't
Shut up.
specify blind rank, but I'm assuming that's what he meant.
How many?
Blind rank these top four Southern breakfast foods.
Oh, I love it. Breakfast. Fucking love breakfast.
Grits.
If we're throwing cheese in them, 2.
Biscuits and sausage gravy.
Oh, fucking 1. It's unbeatable.
Yes.
Chicken and waffles.
Elite combo, 3.
Frank's mom's
Oh, that should have been 1. That should have been 1.
My
And then he
mom's
says-
ass for breakfast.
When did you have it, Frank?
It was late night.
Yeah. Still a diner-esque.
His mom's a late night eater.
Yeah.
I say, I've been drunk enough to kiss my mom's ass and not get those tattoos that Oscar had.
Easy. That's my friend.
I would rather have the tattoos.
Even the Rockstar one?
Even the Rockstar one. Yeah, the Rockstar one, women turning him down because of that one. See how many women turn you down when you tell them you kissed your mother's ass.
So people are into it.
Did Tracy know about that?
People are into it?
Christ.
Does your wife?
She doesn't even know if the story's real or not.
Rest in peace to Uncle Tio.
It's Tio Jimmy.
Rest in peace to
Tio
Tio
means
Jimmy.
uncle.
Rest in peace to Tio Jimmy. All right, that's all the Super Chats?
Yeah, that's all we got.
All right. That'll do it for us. Another episode of The Boys in the Back in the books, baby. Make sure to watch The Crack tomorrow. Enjoy your Saturday. Enjoy the fights. And then we're back on Monday with a brand new Ariel Helwani show, going into a bye week. And then Viva Las Vegas. It's off to Las Vegas. The summer is alive and well. The summer of our lives. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
Rest in peace, Uncle Tio.